Alright, it should be up. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Ironsblood.
My name is Markiplier.
Hunt?
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier, and today we're going to be showing you my gun.
What?
Whoa.
What?
Whoa. No, don't do it!
Mark, please stop! Not you too!
I mean, he does have an OnlyFans,
He does have an OnlyFans.
but they're tasteful.
Either or. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Ironsblood. On our last session, you all had met up with these three women that you had all heard so much about. Confronting them
I fought this woman.
and fighting them, many of you dropping multiple times,
A lot of times.
but somehow managing to squeeze out the win with everyone relatively unharmed.
Gambling.
Gambling, yeah!
Some gambling from Ellie with the deck of many things.
Lots of gambling.
Somehow pulling
Lots of intense gambling.
arguably the three best cards you could have pulled at that time.
Yeah.
Managing to give everyone a level up and herself an extra level. Managed to take down those three women that had seemingly been taking over Vapovia for quite some time. Upon ending these three women's lives, a certain voice began to ring out from the bodies themselves. This old, deep, male-attuned voice. And had put quite literally the fear of God into all of you. But that's just an expression. You're not sure what it was. As with every word they spoke, the fear and pit that welled up within your stomach began to grow and grow until you couldn't hold it any longer and had fallen unconscious. All except for Jack, surprisingly, who was left on 1 HP.
He was
He
left
balled.
on 1 HP from the lightning bolt. He just barely made the save for staying awake.
Mm-hmm. But conversing a little with this creature, they had told you that they were the one who escaped. The ones whispered about in the walls. And they were about to say their name before whatever was transpiring seemed to be cut off.
Whispers in the man in the wall. That doesn't sound familiar at all.
But upon hearing this information and having the bodies finally begin to float down and fall, you all do wake back up. And after talking a bit with both Odie and Nixie, I believe, who had shown, you were almost immediately led out of the castle and out into where the relative place of where the portal was, thanks to a intelligence throw from Jack, I'm sorry. And upon this, you had a nice last conversation with Odie, reminiscing about what's transpired, and maybe hoping to meet one day in the future. But he cast a water walk on all of you, and as you all started to float up within the water, you all were pushed through into the portal and onto the other side, rocketing up through the bottom of this lake, up into the surface of the turquoise pond. You all splash up through the water and land on top of the water's surface, coughing out any of the excess water within your lungs. And as you look around, well, if anybody would like to give me a perception check.
I'll do it.
Absolutely.
I think Fuzz just had a stroke, but
I did have a stroke.
Tootsie's having a stroke, guys. We need help.
Tootsie's finally out of the water.
Thank God.
That is a 15.
A 15? Okay.
Believe that.
I got a 12.
A 12?
I
Okay.
got 14.
14. So none of them were really high DCs or anything like that, but as you burst through the water and land on top of the actual water surface, letting any of that excess water make it out through your lungs, you look around, and currently it's the four of you. Maria's not there with you just yet. And you all look around, and it is nighttime. You're not sure what time of night, but you can see the stars above, and you can see the moon in the sky. And that few hundred or so feet up into the shoreline, you can see a few torches burning on the actual shore. And there's a bunch of tents on the actual shore. Not there when you had previously been here.
I mean, it's been 3 months, so...
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But you all currently stand atop the water surface.
This is gonna be real weird for whoever's sitting in those tents.
Does the tents look, like, militaristic in nature? Or is it just normal
Sort of.
tents? Okay.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
War.
I will say, Ellie, you roll a 15, correct?
Yes, I did.
You can see the shield and rose of Ironsblood in a flagpole.
Huh.
Posted nearby.
Neat. Well, I mean, at least we know they're not gonna kill us. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Oh, you fucking dare.
Suddenly the town blows up. No.
Oh, shit!
Maria does come up a few seconds later.
Tents.
Tents.
And as she coughs out the water on her own and looks around. Are we okay?
I
Walking
believe
on
so.
water, so okay as we can be.
How can this water hold my weight? I do not
It's
get it.
better than being in the water.
I was starting to get used to it.
And actually, on that point, Ellie, especially as you like kind of flex and feel the air on yourself now, you all feel super light. Like you all feel way better than you have before. Like you're achy, sure, because you've been swimming for the past 3 days, but
We got muscles now.
you feel very toned. Yeah, you feel way better.
Muscle.
Hello, Jack.
Hello.
J-
Messaging me at 7:01 asking if I'm ready. I'm still at work.
I knew you were still at work. It was more for the other two. I'm sorry.
During this time, my grandfather is usually at the garage in his own private domicile, so I cannot bother him.
You will not be harassed.
Yes.
All right, but Jack, as a small little retelling to you, currently you all have arrived on the water surface. You are all standing on the top of the water. It is currently nighttime, and you can see up onto the beach, where you guys currently were before. There's a bunch of tents along the sand, and some torches with a few flags of the Ironsblood shield and rose plastered around.
Uh-oh. They
Tents.
were waiting for us.
I would not be surprised if they were looking for Maria, of all people.
I did let them know right before we left that we would be heading to Osfield.
Well,
Of course.
there they are.
What would you like to do?
Well, what are we waiting for? At least just gonna start walking towards the fucking tents.
All right.
I do just want to get to the shore.
It could be just like
I'd rather not be standing here when the fucking spell runs out.
it's just 4 in the morning. We're waking up poor sleeping soldiers.
By walking on the water towards them.
Yeah.
What the fuck? In the middle of the night, there's a guy taking a piss, and he looks over as he rubs his eye. Jesus?
There's 5 of them?
I am.
Jesus times 5.
Do you think we can make Christianity in this moment and pretend we're
Yes.
Jesus for a moment and make a new fake God?
Hey, you.
Roll for
I
deception.
will continuously say you guys can try and do whatever the fuck you want.
No, I'm kidding.
Roll
but
for
it would be really
Jesus.
funny. Roll for Jesus.
Wouldn't that just be religion?
Not intimidation.
Nah, intimidation.
Nah, I'd win.
Yeah, you guys start walking across the water like it's solid land. There's a little bit of a bluish greenish tint right under your foot as you place it above the water, and it just feels like you're walking on like solid stone.
This is weird.
I just want to get to the shore. I'm tired.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Well, it doesn't take you that long. You guys had only gone out about 400 feet out into the actual water, so it doesn't take you too long to get actually into the a campsite. I will say, Ellie, with your perception check earlier, and Jack with his natural perception, notice a soft little line of silver across the beach before you get onto the actual sand.
A line of silver, like
Mhm.
coin.
Not coin, but it looks like a thread almost,
Mm.
like wire almost, but it's like shimmery and it's not quite there, but you can see it.
Do you think these are defenses because they were preparing for an onslaught?
I
Do
think
you-
it might
wait,
be a
does-
warning system.
Wait, does Ellie even know about it?
Ellie can see it, yeah. And if you
Oh, I
point it
thought
out,
You said, oh, not Ellie. Sorry, Tootsie.
no, if you,
Tootsie does.
yeah, if you guys point it out to the others, they can also see it. But you guys were the first to notice it.
Yeah. I'm gonna just be like, watch out for that. It might be some sort of trigger or something.
And as you kind of follow it along the line, you can see it stretches from the whole point of the shore to the other end of this little section that you guys have with the tents.
Interesting. Probably just an alarm system. I mean, this is where the fucking fish people were coming from.
Should we stand on it?
No.
I thought we wanted to wake him up.
No.
I do not
It's the
believe that is
middle
a
of the
good idea,
night.
Jackson. Jackson, I do not believe that is a good idea.
And if they wake up expecting a fight, we're not prepared for that right now.
I wouldn't be prepared for me neither.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh god, let's just get in, find someone who may or may not be awake, and figure out a safe place to sleep.
Okay. So what do you do? You're like right in front of the line.
I'm gonna step over it.
Okay. You step over it. Nothing.
I was hoping for alarms to blare.
Neat. Okay.
I suppose I step over it too.
Okay. Jack also steps over it. Nothing.
Stepped over it.
Tootsie. Maria goes. Greg.
And then Greg goes over and it.
Yeah. Yeah, Greg gets just speared up from the ground into
It's Gmod Def Run. The def of this Def Run is waiting for Greg to go over.
Waiting to trigger it.
Greg, do you go over?
Yeah.
Okay. You go over and nothing. You're all standing on the actual beach now.
Alright, well, I'm gonna walk into the camp.
Okay, you start to walk. And you go on for a little bit. Jack, you're the first to hear the movement of metal.
Guys, someone's awake.
And it gets louder. And louder. And louder.
Oh boy.
Do you all do anything?
I'm gonna shit myself.
Okay. You currently all smell a really horrible smell.
He shit himself. No.
God damn it.
Greg!
It was a
Suddenly,
defense mechanism.
a large light spreads out between the area. Pretty much the whole entirety of the of this beach is suddenly lit, and you have to kind of close your eyes and blink for a second as it's just blinding, as you can all start to hear that begin of metal of pressing into the ground repeatedly, and suddenly in front of you there's a bunch of darker silhouettes on the opposite side of the light. There's probably a good 20 that you can just see immediately here. And they go, "State your name!"
Greg,
Jackson Demers.
Eltariel, you fucking know all of us, I guarantee it.
And-
That's Snowdrop.
We have been missing for the past, 3 months.
And
Damn it,
Maria
I don't give a shit. I'm
fiddles
tired.
with something in her back and holds out this symbol that you guys have seen her use before and goes, we're with His Majesty the King. We've returned from a long trip." You hear some whispers, and the lights go out, and you have to blink again to reorient to just the flame light. And you can see a bunch of guards in the Ironsblood attire, kind of strewn out along the whole beach. And one of them approaches up. This relatively younger-looking human man, not quite so much in the way of metal armor, but he is wearing some leathers, has a small little short sword to the side, and goes, "You all are the adventurers that His Majesty has been hiring, yes?"
That would be
Yeah.
us.
Oh, thank the gods. We haven't been able to get a hold of you. We thought you were dead.
we were
Almost.
taking quite a swim.
You were what?
We were taking quite a swim.
You were in the lake?
Yes.
We
In a way.
we searched the lake over and over again.
We went into a whirlpool.
Eh, It's a very long story, and trust me, you wouldn't believe us if we told you.
Well, I mean, I don't get paid enough to hear that story, but you see him kind of close his eyes for a second, and on his left hand, he begins to make these shapes in the air with this kind of goldish line tracing along his finger, and he goes, what does he go? That's a good question.
What?
And he goes, "Sorry for the intrusion, Lawbearer Lienz. They have arrived here in Allsfield." And he kind of opens his eyes and takes a second. "Okay, if you all would follow me, and we'll have some preparations made."
Lovely.
Ooh, I need to sleep.
And he leads you into one of the bigger tents on the side of the lake. And there are paper strewn about. It's basically a war room. You can see a map of Ironsblood on the wall. And it looks to just be a gathering chamber of some sort. But there's no one on the opposite side, and he just kind of sits and waits and goes, Lawbearer Lienz will be in soon. It's quite late, so I'm sure I've awoken him."
It's fine. We can wait. Trust me.
I would like to sleep.
We have
all would like to sleep.
we have some extra beds, but I'm sure you won't be too long if you could all just stay awake for just a little bit longer.
A short rest is like an hour, right?
Yeah.
Can we just take a short rest in the meantime?
Let's just wait to take a long rest until after we talk to him.
Possibly. It doesn't actually take much longer than you guys talking about that before you hear a in the tent that you're in, and suddenly on the other side of the room, a very familiar visage of some kind of receding, longer white hair, in a very nice blue-looking, silk-looking gown. Or robes, sorry. And he looks over to you all, kind of hands pressed to the side, or into the middle, and goes, "Well, by the gods, you are alive."
Yep.
By the grace of some deity.
He just kind of looks over to the man and waves his hand, and he nods and runs out. So it's just you guys in the room, and goes, "So, where have you all been? We've been trying very hard to get your attention, and there's been nothing in
We
return."
were under the sea.
We were under the sea.
I would need a little bit more of clarification on that.
You want the blunt answer?
I want all of the answer.
Lovely. We were on a different plane of existence.
This is our first time.
Just kind of stops for a second. Another plane of existence, you say?
Yep. There's a portal in the lake.
That would explain the creatures.
Oh yeah, you won't be having a problem with them anymore.
No.
We solved
And-
that issue.
You have proof of this.
Well, we didn't bring any corpses with us.
Yeah, sadly we didn't bring the corpses.
Is that for better or for worse?
Right.
Oh, I do have this. I bring out the seer's eye or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
The crystal ball,
I forgot
okay.
you had that. I forgot you
Yeah.
had that.
He looks and goes, "Ah, you have a scry ball."
Yeah, I took it off the table.
You see him
Be
like
specific.
you see him like thinking to himself and being like, "Right.
Well, ask her. Points over at Maria.
I know."
I
and-
imagine you trust her word a bit more.
That and this was her mission.
And Maria kind of nods and goes, "Yes, we had fought some creatures under the sea, and
Everything's better.
God damn it. God damn it. I knew they were gonna say it.
Under the sea.
there was a creature controlling them, or doing the bidding, or just..." Kind of looks to the rest of the group, trying to find the words to explain what she really saw. Like asking for like help,
Oh,
because
there was-
she doesn't know how to explain it herself.
Hypnotism.
well.
Jack just looks to one of the people who actually fought it.
Shit, what was she trying to explain? Like the monsters we were fighting?
Yeah, kind of just the whole
Old.
situation.
They look like old ladies. That they almost killed my friend. My friend here with a lightning bolt.
And you look over
Oh,
to
they're
Jack, and
actually-
you can still see the mark like on him, like burned away at the chest.
Actually, there was one person who talked to us after all of them were defeated. Oh, I guess you guys weren't there for it.
I
What?
mean, we were there for part of it. We got knocked out
ah,
halfway through
yes.
the conversation.
Yeah,
the creature of the night.
I was still standing.
You were still standing.
What?
Oh, yeah.
You were still up.
Yeah, they some dude was saying something along the lines that we keep messing up with. And I was gonna tell him we'll probably just keep on doing it because he told us not to. But he left before I could speak.
Sounds about right. Anyway, the
And
weird
did you
old women were...
Did you recognize this voice?
Personally, I don't, but do I recognize this voice?
Didn't he
I
say his
don't
name
think
to
so.
you?
No, he
No,
didn't.
he didn't say the name.
He was going
Oh.
to say the name, and then whatever the like transmission was, whatever, stopped right before.
He
Or
didn't
at least
say
sounded
his
like
name,
that.
No. He didn't say his name though. But I think he's who's been telling. Well, for starters, those hags, and Ado and Sadie. I think he's their master, I guess.
Right.
It's like a weird thought. I don't like that.
I don't know. For succubus and incubus, it's weird for them to be in submission.
Ah!
Well, I believe we still have that Adonis you speak of under our hold, so we will hopefully go under and...
Wait, he's actually
I'm sorry,
alive?
he's
I thought we killed
alive?
him. I thought we killed him.
We crushed his heart.
He's been in holding since after you guys had told us he was still around in the harbor.
Oh, no.
Are we back in time?
A thousand
Hold on.
yard stare, honestly.
When did that happen for you?
Last time we saw each other was about... I don't know, 3 months ago? Maybe a little more?
Alright,
And-
that tracks.
That checks out.
Before that, our last conversation was... about 5 or 6 months ago. Before that, when you all were heading for Arthur Drake. And
What's this?
That
And-
brings me back.
we had conversed
what's the
about...
status of,
What?
so what's the status of Eveningwood?
Same as always. We've here set up a perimeter to help out in her absence, and you can kind of hear a little bit of distaste in his voice as he kind of notions to Maria, but continues and goes, ever since you all seemed to vanish, the incursion or whatever these creatures were seemed to have stopped. But we felt something was coming, so we set up down here in Oldsfield, as per her last contact with His Majesty.
So, a bit of an explanation. It's been 3 days for us. Time works a little differently where we went.
Kind of looks over you all. Are you sure it's been 3 days? You look different. Better.
A lot happened in that 3 days.
Well, better as a relative term as he looks in just the absolute distress you all are in currently.
Yeah, that's fair.
Are we currently
I would
still
like
wet?
to.
Oh, you're still dripping, yeah. You are soaked.
I understand wanting to get this information and that information, but I hurt a lot.
I'm sure you do. As is my protocol, I should be bringing you all back to the capital.
That's a lot of work.
Not for someone of my stature, but I believe if you would like to spend the night here, sleep, I believe that can be arranged.
I
That
see.
would most likely be best.
Just kind of motions out. By all means. And we will continue tomorrow if there's not anything else you would like to discuss today.
No. I am quite done.
No.
Well,
Mm,
it is good to have you all back then.
It's good to be back.
And then as you begin to leave, he goes, Maria, a word. And Maria kind of looks to you all and nods. You all begin to filter out. Lodging is provided. They're not...
So I have a question though.
What's up?
How close are we to that forest?
Not very close.
Like a week away. We're like a week away.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to the cabin. I want to go check on them. I want to go check on my via.
That's up to you guys.
Oh, we're away there.
Yeah, I believe you guys have the map in campaign maps. Yeah,
We could make an excuse that Jack wants to go see family there, maybe.
you could. That's up to you guys, though.
I could also go there and be there in like 2 days.
Well, I suppose we I say we just rest for now.
But I want to go back and see her and make sure everything is okay in the forest.
Believe me, I would like to see Sylvia as well, but we have been MIA for 3 months for them.
That is exactly why we should go see them.
Doesn't time work similar in there? So it's been a lot less time for them.
What? You lost me.
at the point we were in, visiting Via and shit like that, it worked similar.
Oh, you're right.
to
Forgot
Land
about that.
Water.
I did forget about that. You're right.
So it's been less time for them than it has for
Lyra,
the real world.
am I able to ask how long it's probably been for them?
You guys experienced about 2 days worth of time in there, and it was about 2 weeks. You're not sure if it will keep that same time frame or what, but that was the time you experienced in that little pocket realm.
So in the forest, it was 1 day was a week outside.
Relatively, yes. That was
So
what you
then-
experienced.
Probably for them, it's been like a couple of
Been,
maybe
a
a
little
week.
over a week or so in total, because it's been like 3 months here. That's 12 weeks,
12 days. It's been 2 weeks, roughly.
roughly 2 weeks. If
It does
it
make
keeps
me
the same
feel
time.
better to not want to go immediately, but I still want to go. Mostly because Greg is still just worried. Because on the outside, it's been 3 months.
We'll see. We'll see if that guy wants us to go anywhere in particular in the morning.
Fine.
All right.
Now we rest.
You all are
Would
provided lodging, and I will say this conversation was probably happening a bit on the down low. But you all are provided beds, a little bit more reinforced for Greg here. You all are given like towels and warmth to hopefully make yourself a bit cleaner and drier. But the morning does come, as you all do get a long rest.
Woo! That's just as exciting as getting a level.
Would I be able to attune to any items during that time, or is that a separate time?
Not while you're sleeping, no. unless you wanted to try and attune to them before you slept, but you would just wake up much later than everyone else.
I think I'll
Can
do
I
that.
do that? Yeah, can I do that too?
Yeah. Remember attunement?
I want to do it with my. I want to do it with my crystal ball.
Okay. Remember attunement takes an hour per item
Yep.
of doing nothing but kind of just being with the item. So, are you attuning to your blade and helmet, Ellie?
I am, yes.
Okay.
And I am taking off the wings of flying.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And,
Can I have those?
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna give those to Greg.
Okay. Do you wake up, Greg, or do you wait for that for the morning?
I would say that I would do that like right before we go to bed, since I have to unattune to it before I can attune to something in that slot.
Okay.
So just kind of be like, here, Greg, magic.
Ah, thank you.
How do you?
I will use as well. I would like to.
It's called the crystal ball.
I go to bed.
Oh, it's just so crystal ball.
Yeah, it's just called the crystal
I
ball.
don't think.
I would like.
Oh yeah.
I would like to attune to it and to How long is attunement again?
An hour
Yeah.
of spending time with the item, not really doing anything else.
Okay, then all right. Then if I can attune to it, but then I also want to make a little bit of religion check
To do.
because I want to try and speak to that lady who I talked to who talked to me the necklace.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I've been wanting to do that for a while.
Okay. What do you try and say in trying to connect with this entity?
Because if I'm trying to remember, it was safe to assume that was the one god that was like casted out, right?
Possibly, it was
We don't know.
it was a woman's voice. You're not sure about the god that was casted out, what their like preferred gender or identity was.
Name.
But you had also heard Damien talking to a female voice.
All right.
Weird haired pronouns.
I don't exactly have a pronouns. I don't exactly have a high religion, but we're gonna try this anyways. So Greg, I want Greg sits down like after I want to say he does it after attuning to the item, and he sits Via's viol right in front of him.
Okay.
Wow. So he's kind of like in this like crisscross like way of sitting, I guess.
Okay. I will just note for the item, it was kind of small on you when given it from Ellie. But as soon as your attunement ends and you have the cloak, it's actually grown to your size.
Yippee! You'll have to give me the item information later.
I believe they're just called the Wings of Flying.
Yeah.
And you can put it
Oh,
on
so-
D&D Beyond, and you should have the item already.
Yeah. Yeah. They are just natural things on D&D Beyond.
All right. Then I'll put it on there. But so he puts the viol right in front of him, Via's, and then he just takes a deep breath, and then sighs. Lady who I spoke to when I touched that necklace, if you are there, I would like to speak to you as well. Give me a sign, Benny. And I want to make my religion check.
Go for it.
To the Fey being who said interesting, specifically. Grab my... yeah, let's go for this. Alright. Warm up, baby, go! That's not bad, it's 18.
18. Okay.
It's not bad. It's good. Pretty good.
You don't really... You're not sure how this works. You know
yeah.
the gods exist. Because you've seen proof of them. In both Tootsie and Ellie and Jack. You know of their power. But you yourself, being grown up in a faithless environment...
The only faith that Goliath really had in my camp were war, so...
Yeah, it's... You're unsure if you're doing this right. Because you look around expecting some bright light or some voice to talk to you again, but nothing happens.
Fuck.
Okay.
Is that it? Just nothing?
We'll see. So you have
Alright.
attuned to your wings of flying. Jack, you've attuned to your crystal ball.
So after I also looked at the other things the crystal ball can do. I take it I'm not able to use detect thoughts with it or telepathy
No,
with it?
you only have the very rare version, which is just using the scrying spell.
Yeah.
If it were the legendary
I thought
version,
so.
if you had the legendary version, you would be able to do all those extra things, but you just have the
I would-
scrying spell.
I will say though, like on D&D Beyond, it's only one thing.
Yeah, I know it's both, but you have the version that only does the scry spell.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, it doesn't matter because I can do it without it.
But is there anything else anybody would like to do then?
Before going to sleep, then? Like,
What's up? Yeah, and
but
it,
you
yeah,
asked
you guys
anything
had
before?
kind of done this kind of trade off, and everyone has been attuning to items. I just wanted to make sure if there was anything anybody wanted to get out of the way beforehand.
Um, I would love to, but it seems like my time is up.
Oh,
Yeah.
Man.
My family has arrived.
Rough.
Are you? Wait,
Damn
hold
it.
on. Sorry. My sign.
okay. Well, while we wait for that, I'll say all of you eventually do fall asleep. Greg,
Yes?
the white light is what you notice first.
God? Is it die? God.
Yeah, you've died in your
Sorry.
sleep.
I'm sorry for making the Jesus joke.
The white light is what you notice first.
Disconnect. Sorry.
Because as you open your eyes, you have that light shining through your eyelids, and as you open them, you blink around just to look. And thank you, music, for the harmony. You're in this sky, just white, or sorry, not white, this blue sky. You see no ground, you see nothing above, and there are clouds kind of passing by. It's oddly serene. And then same voice you had heard before goes, "Oh, it's you."
Did it work? Greg looking just so. Am I in like a landscape, or am I just like?
You are just floating
Just
aimlessly
pure
in the
white.
sky. The only thing you see is blue and clouds. You don't see anything in front of you, and you hear this almost like staticky like voice talking to you. It sounds weak. And it just goes, "Thank you for caring for my children."
Your children? The elf?
Yes. They are mine.
I am sorry for whatever happened to you. Let me say that first and foremost. I was not expecting you to be able to answer. It sounds whatever connection this is, it sounds weak. Is everything alright?
It is because I am weak. I do not have the strength yet to protect. But I ask humbly of you to protect my children of those who remain.
And I will lay down my life. I will promise you that.
In the name of the Lightbearer, I decree you champion.
Yeah, Greg is then. Was there any like kind of term for champion in his in his like village cult thing? What would you think? His
Closest
tribe?
would probably be just leader. The leader of
Yeah.
your tribe.
Greg smiles a little bit. Champion. Yes. What does that mean exactly?
And as you say that, suddenly you are falling.
Stop!
And head over ass, tea kettle style, just falling and falling and falling. And then you suddenly wake up as soon as you're about to hit that ground. That sense of falling in your sleep is there when you wake up, just in the bed, just
Greg is very much so like he shot up, sitting up now, and just panting,
Yeah.
just like just looking around, just touching his body. He's like, the light bearer. I could only assume that the connection got weak. But why? Greg then gets up, just out of bed. What time is it? Or did he wake up in the middle of the night?
It's morning. You can see
Okay.
the light shining through. You're unsure of what time it actually is because you guys aren't sure what time you got back. But it is at least daylight outside.
Okay. All right. Then Greg is just gonna get up, and then he also is like still wondering what exactly did she mean by
Welcome
by
back,
him
Tootsie.
being.
I got the fucking garage.
Woo!
Whoa! Pull him back up, dog! Pull him back up!
All right.
You were saying something, Greg?
Yeah, what were you saying?
I was saying that he still isn't so like he can definitely have a vague idea of what being a champion is for the light bearer, but he doesn't know what it all. He also is curious what it exactly entails. Does Greg feel any different after being decreed
You
a
don't
champion?
feel any different aside from the gratitude almost of being like, holy shit, that worked.
You got a morality boost.
Yeah.
I got a morality that works. Can I get inspiration?
Yeah, you got a BG3 inspiration point.
So I can use that to reroll anything, huh?
No.
Right? Fuck. Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you.
No.
But Tootsie, what would you have like done before everyone had gone to bed?
I wanted to go and grab the letter that I left behind, or at least see if the letter is still there.
It is not there.
It's not there anymore?
No.
3 months. Is there any signs of who would have taken it, like cards or?
You can presume. Roll an insight check. Or no, you know what? Sorry, roll just a straight intelligence check.
Straight intelligence?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me. Stupid dice box. Well, straight intelligence?
Yeah, straight intelligence.
Well, that's a 5.
You're unsure on it, really. Like, it's not a hard DC. You're probably... Best conclusion you can gather is probably one of the guards that have kind of been around, but you have no idea of where it could be or who could have taken it.
Okay. Well, it's gone, so can't really recover it if I don't know where it is.
Oh wait. But
I'm just gonna hope. I'm just gonna hope whoever got it is the right person. And I'm just gonna go back to sleep because
Okay.
I'm tired.
Greg, what would you like to say?
I was gonna ask, for the Wings of Flying, it says that there is like a specific like command word? What's the command word? Or do you not have
you
one?
want it to be?
It's whatever you want.
really?
It to be.
Just like come.
What?
That's a command.
Come. All right. Just thought it was a funny one.
Yeah. Okay. So, Tootsie was already awake, Greg, when you awoke. Jack is not far behind. And if you all wait for about another hour and a half, 2 hours, Ellie wakes up. And you all are sitting
morning.
in this tent together and waiting for the new day.
Good morning, my friend.
Morning. Is it still morning? Fuck if I know.
I wanna. Part of me wants to tell them, but at the same time, I feel like we should. I
That is
feel like.
entirely up to you.
Yeah. So are we in like our own little private space?
Currently, at the moment, yes.
Can I still make a perception check to see if there's anything that can spy on us?
Go for it.
All right. Well, I got
It's
a
just our
9.
party in
so-
here, right?
9. You feel pretty safe.
Is it just our party in here?
Yeah, that you can see at least.
Maria included?
Maria's not there.
Okay, good.
He said our party, Jack.
Yeah, Maria's a part of our party.
Fuck that bitch.
Well, I don't know.
I don't trust her right now.
None of you trust her once.
Well, I don't trust her right now. I do trust her some of the times, but I don't trust her right now
Well,
because.
just keep in mind, this is why you haven't got to have bear sex, alright?
What?
Why the fuck would I want bears? I like. I don't like animals.
You are an animal.
Oh, you.
We're all animals.
The closest person to an animal in our party is Tootsie.
I can literally become an animal.
I'd say that kind of takes the cake.
The beast is coming within me.
What?
The beast is inside me. The dragon becomes in me.
The dragon comes in me.
Multiple individual animals are coming inside me.
Huh?
What?
It's taking over!
What?
I'm gonna blow!
Clara,
What's up?
I wanted to ask, should I specify which fucking list of spell that I have?
Yes, I would like to know which one you have because it's a day-to-day basis.
Yes, it is. Currently I have the one that's inflict wounds.
I gotta find which one it is. 'cause I
Fucking
don't know which one
Erebos.
it is. Nope.
Inflict wounds. 40
Also,
40 damage off the rip.
That's one.
with that, I wanted to ask a question because it does not specify.
What's up?
What the fuck do I use for that attack? Because normally it's a melee spell attack, but it doesn't tell me what my spellcasting modifier is.
That's a good point. I would just use your attack.
My attack?
Yeah.
Your spellcasting modifier.
I don't have spells.
Well, I mean, I thought monks have like a have like a DC for their monk skills specifically.
Well, yeah, no, it specifies a DC. It doesn't specify an attack modifier.
I would just
Oh,
use
shit.
your attack.
Like my unarmed strike
Yeah.
attack. Okay.
So it's basically just plus your dex. And plus your proficiency.
Okay. Cool. Good to know.
That's what I would use.
I feel like that actually.
I am
I feel
going
like
to
that-
add that in a fucking note.
I feel like that you might regret that because it sounds like it's gonna hurt.
I mean, spellcasters have crazy high bonuses to their stuff anyways, so it's not...
Yep.
Alright, cool. Good to know. Alright, yeah. Shit, what now?
I'm just updating something on the side. Sorry. Should have done it before.
Some edge. Bad DM.
But you guys are alone together, and it's up to you to guys to discuss what you would like.
So are we going to try and I go see the forest, because I know probably Jackson would like to see his family since he talked to them like twice.
If you
Oh yeah, Jackson, have you tried talking to them yet?
No, in all honesty, I just was caught up last night. Yeah, I'll try it now.
Okay, give me a moment to get my clock out.
So, is it confirmed that we did indeed go back in time?
No.
No, I know
you,
about it,
you
huh?
don't know anything about going back in time.
No, we were definitely forward because he said that the last time they saw them was 3 months ago. So
I think what happened. There's a few things that might have happened that I have ideas about for the whole Ado thing. So we'll figure that out when we get there.
Are you attempting to contact your biological parents, Jackson?
Yes.
All right. I'll.
Wait, actually, hold on. So, are we going there?
We don't know. We haven't really decided that yet.
Alright.
That's up to you
I'm
guys
good
to
now.
decide. All right. I
I'm good
will
now.
pull up on the Googles a stopwatch. And are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1. You may begin.
Hey, Mom. We're out of the other plane of existence now. I'm gonna be honest with you again. I don't know how it went through on your end, but the stone didn't really talk correctly. I could barely understand what you guys were saying, but we might be seeing you guys soon. The party's thinking we might head back towards the forest, and if we do, I'll make sure to see you guys. I love you guys. Bye.
voicemail received.
Is that what? Is that everything you would? Is that everything you would like to say?
Yeah.
Okay. It takes us. It
So
takes
I
a.
have a question.
Yeah.
About the stone.
What's up?
Since there's seconds left over, can I use those seconds later?
No.
Or do I have to wait for?
It is a minute's worth of time per day,
Gotcha.
and it's like a one use per day. So you use up to a minute per day, and it doesn't transfer over at any time.
Gotcha.
It takes a few seconds before you hear a familiar voice to you and goes, Jackson, oh, it's so lovely to hear your voice fully and not so drawn out. Please, we would love if you stopped by. It's been quite a while. Your father and I are very anxious to see you again. And that's all.
How long do you think their side of the message was? Was it for like a few hours, or? She said drawn out like it was like a fucking 3-hour session of just trying to listen to you.
It's like a 3-hour long movie.
Can you replay the stone?
No.
Oh. I can just imagine them like replaying stone for the past 3 hours, not each word.
I think did he say
You-
hello or hen? I don't know.
With the message received, you just see a nice smile on Jack's face. I'm down for going to Evening Wood. I'd like to see both sides of my family.
I agree that we should, for completely different reasons, but also for Jack's reason. He deserves to see his family.
Okay.
Should we apologize about the fact that those two guardsmen that got absolutely obliterated, and only Ellie remembers their name?
3. There were 3 of them, first of all.
Oh, well, you're right. There were 3.
Fucker.
The first one disappeared. You
The
only counted
first one!
2.
Fucking Alex, god damn it.
What do you mean? There were only 2.
Shut the fuck
only
up.
two.
You are
It
not
was
erasing
all in
Alex
your
from my
head.
memory.
It was
You are
all
not
in your
false
head.
hydrating me, alright?
It was a potential love interest for Ellie.
head. It's
Ellie wanted to
okay.
with her.
I only remember
Ellie,
2.
Ellie, it's okay. It was all in your head.
Yeah, I have my own other love interest.
I think her other love interest is a fucking librarian.
Yurt!
For
I still have to go and see him eventually.
Okay.
I suppose.
Do you guys go out and try and find Isaac, or?
I guess.
I think we should do something. I have a plan.
Oh lord.
You might need to kind of work with me here.
Now I'm worried.
Zone of Truth. Here's a question. If another creature, say the person who casted the spell, walks into the radius of Zone of Truth, do they also?
They have to make
Do
another
they also
saving
have
throw,
to-
yes. I believe
Alright,
so. Let me double check.
Who the fuck do you
Just
plan on
to make
zoning the truth thing?
Maria.
Oh,
Or
well, probably, yeah.
Or both. Fuck it.
Yeah, until the spell ends, a creature that enters the spell area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there must make a saving throw. On a failed save, a creature can't speak a deliberate lie, and the person who cast the spell knows whether each creature succeeds or fails on its saving throw.
Okay. Alright. I have a plan, but you might need to work with me here. That goes for you, Jack. I'm going to cast a Zone of Truth on Maria and see if she is trustworthy. So we can put that to bed now.
Why?
Let's see if they're trustworthy.
Exactly. Why?
If you're not going to agree with it, that's fine. You don't have to be there. But I'm just asking.
I'm all for
Not
it.
the fact that I'm trying to agree with it. I'm trying to ask why.
Because none of us trust Maria, unfortunately. And I don't
Not-
want that
don't-
to
For what
I-
reason?
not-
She's fought
not-
by
not
our
entirely
side so
true.
many times. She's fought by our
Isn't-
side so many times. If she had any reason to backstab her, she would have already.
anyone can fight at her side. It still doesn't prove anything.
I do trust Maria to an extent. My only problem is that she works under the king, and depending on that factor would mean if she's untrustworthy.
So then, if that's the case, if that's how you feel about anyone, what do you think about us?
I trust every single one of you with my life. I have fought with
You
you.
haven't done anything
I have
for me to not
almost
trust you
died.
yet.
That too. The only thing.
Are you planning to?
The only thing. The only thing that any of you have done untrustworthy is Ellie because she pulled a few cards when I
In
didn't
my
want her
defense, we were going to die.
to. Which I accept that, but unfortunately I do not want my friend to turn into a chicken.
And then,
In my defense, I don't think that would happen.
In my defense,
The chicken
it
card is
probably would.
a deck of many things,
and let me
unfortunately.
put this into perspective. If they haven't given you a reason to trust them, besides the whole not proof having scenario, what gives you a reason for Maria not to be trusted?
She works for the king.
And a lot of the things that pointed to her happened in Arthur's basement.
Well, don't these people work for the king? We slept in their building.
For free.
I never said I didn't trust these people.
We also did it for
work for
free.
the king.
And we did it for free.
Look, Jackson, if you don't want to be there, that's fine. I just want to have a truthful conversation with the woman.
You
If
guys
I'm
do
being
whatever.
honest, I really have no reason to distrust her anymore. I was heavily against her and still questioning. However, as Jackson has pointed out, she did fight with us for that entire time in the plane of water, as well as the fact of she genuinely seemed like she wanted us to stick around and help her.
Yeah, she trusted us.
This is
Yes.
true.
She trusted us to help her with one of her most important missions here. And if we can't give that trust back, then we don't deserve to fight with her.
Fine. Fine. It was a vote, and if everyone doesn't want to do it, that's fine. I will keep it on my back pocket, though.
I do, however,
You have pockets?
suggest keeping that in mind for Isaac. Still don't trust him.
I'm not over this. You have pockets?
No, I
She
don't.
wears clothes. Do you wear clothes?
I
You wear like
wear
a satchel.
I wear a satchel and like
He has a
like
quiver.
a quiver. I also have like leather armor.
She has
but I don't wear
equipment and like satchel. She doesn't necessarily wear clothes.
She doesn't not like shirt, pants, nothing that you can see, honestly.
Regardless, she has pockets on her, visible pockets.
Yeah, she has like little bags and stuff.
I was gonna use this plan on someone who could agree with us on at least doing this. I don't know if Isaac is going to agree to something like this.
Who says he has to agree?
That's true. But if he figures out that we did it on him, he will not like that. I don't think.
You think
He can hold my
Mario
nuts.
won?
But I was going to be fully truthful with her.
Well, why can't we just be fully truthful with him? I imagine he would. Well, yes, he would not,
Appreciate it.
enjoy it. However,
Why
things
not
could
just
happen.
roll a d20 to see if he's lying by checking deception?
Because Zone of Truth is a lot more trustworthy of a spell than Insight.
Well, nonetheless, I do have new mind powers.
You have mind powers.
Jack looks to Ellie with a straight ass face. Yes, he says in her mind.
God damn it! I forgot you could do that. You need
Do
to
what?
fucking stop that right
Ellie?
now, Jackson.
Ellie, are you okay? What did Jackson do? I'm not
That
sure what you
motherfucker
want
can
to.
speak in my mind.
Jack looks to Greg with a
Are you-
straight ass face. Don't worry about it.
What?
This is the point. This is what happens
Ellie!
when I pull a card. God
Ellie!
damn it.
Ellie, I am sorry for ever doubting you. Let's kill him.
Oh my
Hold on,
god.
let's not go that far, big guy. Hold
I
on,
don't like people who hold my hands.
Jack starts slowly tilting his head with a sadistic smile as he looks to Greg. You can't kill me.
Starts pulling out a fucking bow. Alright, you wanna test this?
I'm pulling out my hammer.
He's
All
saying,
right. Let's all stop. Let's all stop for a moment. Have we decided on where we're going?
I mean, if they want to go and see
We're
their,
going to
their,
the
their
wood.
loved ones, then I have nothing to say.
I
I
suppose
can
I
try
could
my
see Sylvia
portal
on the way.
again. Oh, fuck.
Oh lord, are we gonna actually try that?
I mean, it worked, sorta, last time.
Sort of, but it only worked for you.
I
kind of a dick move
improved
for you
by
just
the
to-
hour.
I don't know if that's exactly how that works.
I want to roll to make a portal.
Oh god damn it.
Roll a d20, add your wisdom modifier.
Wisdom modifier. Wait, like, would that be my spell modifier?
No, your
Or
wisdom.
just wisdom.
Just
wisdom.
Okay. I got a 16.
16. Jack walks forward and disappears.
God damn it, not again, not again.
That
He did it.
that out. I made
Holy
a
shit, he did it.
portal.
You cannot hear
yeah.
Jack.
Can I step in?
I
He
said I
poked his
stick
head
my
out.
head out.
Oh, Jack does stick his head out, and suddenly, once again, that same visage of Jack, just head and nothing else, is floating in the air.
Jackson, pull me in. I grab his hair.
There. Hold on a damn minute.
No.
Let
It's just
Greg!
Sorry. He lets go. There's just so much to grab.
Jack sticks out his hand instead.
What?
only Lyra and Fuzz get that reference.
Oh my fucking god. There is so
Yeah.
much to grab onto.
Yes.
Okay, so
Elbow
Greg's not coming
deep.
in. Greg's not coming in.
Elbow deep.
4
Greg's
men.
not getting in.
You're trying to pull Greg in, or you're not trying to?
Yeah, no, I did. I tried pulling Greg in, but he's not getting in because
Cause you what?
I rolled in that one.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Now,
I give him the help action though because
You cannot.
How would you help him in this scenario?
how would you help him control his fucking magic?
Greg, suddenly you
Jack,
feel like you've just tripped into the air. As suddenly you kind of stumble forward and you are no longer holding Jack's hand.
Jackson.
Jack pulls his head out again and looks behind him to see Greg not in. Man,
That
if
worked.
only if I had a bag of holes.
If only looks at Tootsie.
If you're looking for me to say something, I will not.
Jack
You
steps
do-
out of his
I know.
door with a defeated
Know
sigh.
what you are.
You'll get there, Jackson. You'll get there.
There's just so much to grab.
4 men at best.
I don't like what's happening with that.
Well, nonetheless, we should probably tell Maria we're going.
Yeah.
They may want to send people to quote unquote make sure we're not trying to run because I can see them doing that.
Running from what?
Them.
Why would we be running from them? We
They
finished
could be
the mission
skeptical.
for them.
Because it's their
Actually-
protocol.
They're still
Looks to
racist,
Ellie.
remember, Jackson?
They are
Looks to Ellie.
racist. I forgot about that.
What?
Do we get a pay in this?
Why are you looking to me?
You're the one who's always feeling. You're the one who's always feeling up dead corpses.
Hey, in my defense, they were ripe for the taking.
In my defense.
In my
In my
defense, they
defense.
didn't need it.
It is not only dead bodies that Ellie likes to mess with. It is also very weird cards that should not be pulled.
Hey,
Elliot-
hey, that is an outlier. I follow the law of finders keepers.
Ellie
You follow the law.
Ellie believes in grave robbing. What are they gonna do? They don't need it anymore.
What are they gonna do? Stop me from taking it?
They're
The
already
Egyptians
dead.
going to hell.
That's
because
how.
they don't
That's
have
how you
enough
end up
money for
fighting
it.
it. That's how you end up fighting a horde of undead.
We did that once. We ran from them.
Oh yeah, we did.
Regardless, let's go talk to Maria and whoever else we need to leave.
Let's go figure out what the hell Isaac wants with us.
Do we want to split up? One of us goes find Maria,
I'm
and
pretty sure
the
they're gonna
rest
be
go to
together.
Isaac?
If I had to take a guess, they're probably gonna be together. You know, filling in information.
It's been how many hours? I thought they would have done it last night.
I mean, they might have done it. They might have talked for a little bit, but we have no idea. If you
Very
recall,
well.
we were asleep.
Mhm.
Let's go find them.
Onward.
All right. Do you just return to that biggest tent that you guys were in last night, or do you try and go somewhere else?
I knock on the tent. I knock on the tent. I knock on the tent.
Well, you try, and it's just that like kind of fabricy sound that you hear whenever you rub like leather
Exactly.
kind of stuff. But you do hear a voice
Yes.
from inside and go, come in, please.
I look back to Ellie with a smile before walking in.
And
It always
you
worked for him.
and you do walk inside, and you see Isaac on that desk side again, in new attire, in still robes, but in a similar looking attire than you guys had seen him in the Capitol before. And you do see a few of the other guards in there, and then Maria on the side of the room, just kind of sitting there waiting. And
Told you.
at the look of you all, he goes, I'd say good morning, but, well, morning is past. And he looks to the extra guards, that seemed he was talking to before, and he goes, we will finish this conversation later. And he kind of shoos them out, and they exit, so then it's the 5 of you plus him. And he goes,
We weren't
I'm sorry?
interrupting anything, were we?
No. Having seen you all return and comparing notes to what Miss Sarum and I talked about last night, we believe the lake is safe now, Allsfield is safe, so we are going to begin preparation of returning all of the guardsmen and their posts back to where they come from.
Right.
It will be a long, drawn-out process that I do not believe any of you have any particular interest in.
Fair enough.
But, as you are all here, looking much drier than before, I believe you are ready to head out to the capital?
About that, we were wondering if it would be possible for us to stop off in Eveningwood for a bit.
It is possible, yes. May I ask why?
Well, our friend here points over at Jackson. He would like to see his parents, and a couple of us have some things that we had left in the forest on accident.
Roll a persuasion check.
And you didn't let the bard do this.
And why
Fine,
did you say the
motherfucker.
forest? You could have just said with his family.
Hey!
Yeah, no. Why did you include the forest? Because that's not.
Shut up!
That
That's
wasn't part of the
that's
plan. I swear to God, I was gonna fuck it up.
Alright, I'm gonna use my draconic presence.
To do what?
It says if I fail a persuasion, intimidation, or persuasion check, I can use my reaction to re-roll the check.
Okay.
What'd you roll?
I thought it was
originally?
rolled a
What'd you
two.
I
do?
rolled a 2 originally.
I fucking knew it.
Hey, shut the fuck up. This time was a 19. Fuck you.
But a lot better.
It's fair, yes.
Okay. 19 for a total of what?
19.
Oh, do you not have any persuasion?
I do not have anything.
All right.
I told. God damn it.
So, 19.
Motherfucker, I'm just...
He looks to you and kind of looks back and forth between you and Jack and goes, I believe that can be arranged. Obviously, the sooner we get back to the capital, the better. However, and he looks to Maria and he goes, His Majesty will want a word. She just nods. And goes, or he looks to the group of you as after he was walked up to Maria and goes, I will return shortly. And him and Maria vanish.
With that kind of sound effect too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's never gonna get any easier to look at.
It almost looks like they get like mystified and then sucked into a singular point in space. Very Harry
Spooky.
Potter-like.
So wait, so
Spooky.
Ellie and Isaac are both gone?
No,
No,
Maria and Isaac.
Yeah, I keep saying fucking Ellie. I apologize.
No, you're
Not all
not.
tieflings are the same, you racist.
Yeah. No, it's on a scale of his name, you racist fuck.
I mean,
Mama.
they're both purple.
Terrible purple.
That is very true.
Purple.
So maybe they are all the same.
Shut
Maria's
up.
purple. Double
I
check.
thought Maria was blue.
I think her hair is purple. I think that's what it is. I'm double checking
Yeah.
because I have her stuff. Yeah, she's blue.
Okay.
She's blue.
Oh, and that's just a spice. Purple is just a spicy shade of blue. All right.
Yeah.
So it works out in the end.
A few moments later, Isaac reappears with a huff and just goes, "Ah, to Eveningwood then."
Yes, please.
Just holds
Wait,
out.
is he gonna come with us? Fuck.
He's gonna come with us to the town. He doesn't know where. I doubt he's coming with us to the forest.
He just holds out his hand.
Grab it on.
I can do it myself, thanks.
No. No, you
No.
can't, Jackson. You still.
You can teleport.
I was actually making a joke, but
He thinks he
I'll
can.
roll with it. I would roll with it. Kind of.
No.
No,
Why do you guys keep saying no?
because you never did teleport. You just.
Because I didn't
Disappeared.
want to leave you.
Okay. You know what? Go ahead. Try it right now.
I'm making a portal.
I'm palming my face right now.
I've been gaslitting. I want to make a portal.
Isaac
Fuck's sake.
Isaac has
I
taken
got
his
a
hand
nat
back just
20.
for a second and is just watching.
I got a nat 20.
And Jack takes a step and vanishes.
Oh!
I'll be damned.
I poke my head out. I'll meet you guys back at Eveningwood.
Don't you still have to walk
Petty
the whole way?
bitch.
Do I have to walk the whole way?
Do you try to?
No, I'm asking the DM.
You don't know.
I guess I'm trying. I'm
Okay.
trying to figure out how to.
You get about 15 feet before that same crystalline wall begins to block yourself off again.
Can I make a portal right then and there to get out so I can just sit there and sign defeat?
Try.
I got an 18.
18. You all suddenly hear Jackson outside of the tent.
Just a loud sigh
Yeah.
Well, God,
as he walks back in.
well, gods be damned. I didn't believe he could actually teleport.
It wasn't very far. Shut up.
Bitch, I'm complimenting you.
I can hear.
Granted, I can run farther in half a second, but
Jack puts his hand out, looks away, embarrassed.
in any case, still impressive.
Right. Well. And he holds out his hand again, if you don't mind.
Yep. Apologies. I'll take his hand again.
Okay.
That's the same.
You guys have done this before. You all don't need to hold his hand as long as you guys are linked.
Conga line.
Nah, I want to hold his hand. I want to interlock fingers.
I wanna hold your hand, man.
Wow.
He realizes his mistake and just makes sure he's holding on to Jackson's and Ellie's shoulder.
Oh,
Oh man.
Jack thought it was an invitation. Now he's even more embarrassed.
I apologize for his stupidity.
Shut up.
It is quite
I
alright.
Anyway,
Shut up.
shall we go?
Jack is legit on the verge of tears with his red face.
Is everyone interlocked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
It's more of for Tootsie. It's more of like
Not
just
anymore.
having her hand on Ellie's like arm or something.
You see he takes his hand off of Jack for a second and writes some symbols within the air. And as they just start to softly linger there, slowly losing light, he replaces his hand back onto Jackson, says something, some sort of incantation, and you all suddenly feel that sucking sensation. It's fairly warm in Allsfield, but just that momentary cold hits you like a truck before suddenly more warmth hits you, and your whole viewpoint is suddenly not from within inside of the tent, but in the middle of a town square.
Jack is immediately walking off. I hate it here.
God, that is never gonna get easier.
And Isaac just takes another breath, kind of shakes off his hands. I believe a day should suffice.
I hope so.
Well, I'll be around. Imagine we'll meet around right here. As he kind of looks around, as the people suddenly are, from within the town are just kind of looking at you all, are just like, what the fuck?
Where the hell did those guys come from?
And I'm stomping off like a toddler.
Okay. And he just kind of like side eyes Jackson as Jack leaves and goes, well, I'll be on my way. And he just walks off. Hands within like the sleeves of his robes.
Jackson stops and sighs as he looks back to his party. You guys aren't gonna make it there in a day, are you?
I could.
What's the time frame in the other plane of existence again?
1 day is a week.
1 day is a week for them? Okay. If we're there for a few hours, we should be fine, right?
Yeah.
Or,
No, but the problem is getting there. It's like a day's trip,
It wasn't a day's trip to get there.
wasn't it?
No.
Within the corruption, it was a while. But you, Jack, being of the Forest, no, it's not too bad of a trip.
Alright, then I changed my question to, do you guys remember how to get there?
We.
I mean, it's a forest area. I can
vaguely. If with Tootsie, your favorite terrain is forest, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Tootsie would be a pretty good guide.
I believe so. Are you not joining us?
I'm gonna talk with them first, and I'll take Percy to reach you guys.
Oh shit, I forgot you had him.
Yeah, I'm sure he's been curious to where I've been.
Probably.
That
not.
or happy you stopped existing. We can't really tell with that horse sometimes.
I've had my feelings hurt enough today, Tootsie. I don't need your comments.
Alright, Mr. Teleportation.
Jack flips him the bird as he walks off. He doesn't even know what it means, but he knows it means something in anger.
He's seen Ellie do it a few times.
You have definitely seen Ellie do it a few times.
He doesn't know what it means, but she's always seemed angry doing it.
Yeah.
And Ellie's like, whoa, he's learning.
No.
Oh.
He's learning. Shit.
Ellie-
Ellie, I'm kind of proud of him today.
I'm kind of proud. He learned to teleport, and he's learning how to fucking be mad at people. Progress.
Ellie's also like, God, I'm a bad
Progress.
influence on people.
I am. Ellie doesn't care about that.
True.
God, I do a great job at ruining people.
Hell yeah. God, people have fun around me. It's great.
Is that fucking PS1 Hagrid?
What?
Harry.
Oh,
Or a wizard.
Hold on, we'll go back a few seconds just because I want to see that. Wait, where was
the
it?
fuck? Where was that?
I don't know.
I guess. Shit.
Maybe if it comes up again, we'll find out.
Here's what Hagrid.
Jesus. That was...
Harry. You're a
Anyway,
wizard.
Harry, you're a wizard. Harry.
But either or, what would you all like to do?
Well, I'm
I
separated
make my-
from the party now.
Yep.
Make my way to the forest.
Okay.
I'm a guide, so I'm following.
and I'm obviously going too.
Okay. So since we are splitting the party, we'll do Jack first.
Not lame.
But
No one cares about your
it's one
family.
person as opposed
Yeah,
to
I know.
three.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So Jack, you make your way back to the Silverstream residence.
Yeah.
Okay. It is again a nice little plot of land. You do have guards out in the front of the home again.
As I approach, I just kind of wave to the guards and try to just casually walk in.
They cross their weapons as you try and enter.
Jack casually
Yeah.
stops.
Jack Catcher.
And as they look at you and they're
stops.
like, "Halt! Who are you?"
Jackson Nixus Silverstream.
Roll a persuasion check.
Why do I need to persuade this?
It's been 3 months since they've last seen you. They have no fucking
I
clue.
got a fucking 11.
11. They just
I
kind of
give you my blessing.
look at you weirdly. They don't really move. But you hear a voice from inside just be like, "Oh, there he is. You guys are fine. Let him in." And they softly look over their shoulders and they uncross their weapons. As you see Ame standing from within the door.
Thank you. Jackson says before walking in.
Do you just walk up to her?
Yeah. Hi, Mom.
She
Hey, Mom.
like runs and like wraps her arms around you.
Jack slowly but happily hugs back. He likes hugs.
And she kind of pulls away, a little red around the eyes and tearing up, and just goes, "When you said you were coming, I didn't believe it would be so soon, but here you are, my boy."
In all honesty, I wasn't expecting it to be this quick too.
Come in. Your father and I have been waiting. And she leads you inside. They bring you to that familiar, like dining room table that you and Tootsie, I believe, had entered.
Yeah.
And you are sat down. A server brings you a weirdly looking, but at the same time delicious smelling soup or stew. And
I
it
have
is,
a question
what's up?
because the thought came to my mind: is Jackson canonically vegan?
That's up to you.
Well, do people? I don't know. Would they eat meat?
I'd say that you're more so a vegetarian.
I'd say you could have eaten meat. You were taught how to hunt simply, but in the sense of kind of Tootsie, of where you don't take joy out of it, but it is a necessity and everything is a cycle within the Earth's system, or the world system, not the Earth. But
Continue. I was just curious.
no, yeah, but it is a meal, and it smells delicious.
Thank you. Jackson says before starting to eat.
It also tastes incredible. You guys don't really have between your party, none of you have the greatest cooking experience. Like, you guys can make simple foods and such. But a lot of the time it's just kind of rations that you've already made. And eating a genuinely well-cooked home meal, it leaves a lasting impression.
This is incredibly good. It tastes so much better than good berries.
Jack's only meals for the last 20 years have just been good berries.
Well, have you seen how many he's eaten?
It doesn't take long before Maith and Ame both appear. And Maith just kind of stands there looking, and just a very soft sigh of relief can be heard from him, especially with your normal passive. As Jack is like...
No, as they walk up, Jackson would sit up straight and nod his head. Thank you. It's delicious. And also, thank you for the stone. It has been awkward, but it works amazing.
Of course. Only the best for our son. I do mean to ask. Jackson?
Yes, sir?
That's your name. The one you've made for yourself.
Yeah, it's the one I grew up with. But if Nixus is easier, I understand.
I mean, that was the name we gave you. It would be preferred.
Then I'm happy to go by it.
You just see him smile. And you see that, like, look of, like, oh god, what happens if they don't want to? Just all get washed away immediately. And he goes, Nixus, I cannot tell you how incredible it is to see you here.
It's definitely... I don't know the word, but it's different, but in a good way. I never really thought I had family outside the forest.
You see Ame still kind of like teary-eyed and just goes, you always had a family, and I never, ever gave up hope. I hope that can bring some solace to these years that we've missed you.
Well, I do plan on coming back anytime I get the chance. In fact, this is, well, not here, but in the forest, surprisingly enough. That's where also my party's friends and family are. So I'm sure we'll be back fairly often. And even beyond that, I will make sure to visit.
What does the forest have anything to do with anything? I understand you and your friends helped clear what was happening, but what else is there to do for it?
Jack has a sudden rush of feeling I think I've said too much again. Well, it's more complicated than anything.
Did we not talk about the talking tree the last time we were here?
No, that's what I'm saying. I feel like Jack is saying too much again. It's complicated. The forest works in more weird ways than anticipated. I think it's probably one of the reasons why, even so close, we haven't seen each other.
Maith pipes up again and goes, you previously mentioned to your mother About a talking tree?
Yeah, he was my caretaker over the years. I call him DT, but his real name's the Great Deku.
She just kind of looks over to Ame, and back at you. If you wouldn't mind, son, sometime, we would like to meet with this tree.
Yeah, I'm sure that would be okay. Speaking of him, I do plan on seeing him as well during this time I'm given. Don't get me wrong, I plan on staying as long as I can, but I do want to talk to him before I have to leave back to the kingdom, the capital.
How long are you going to stay?
He said a day, so I'm hoping a full 24 hours. Well, the person who brought us here, that is.
And who would that be?
Yeah, his name is Isaac.
You see a look of, like, recognition. The lawbearer.
I think so. To be perfectly honest, I kind of doze off a lot.
I'm kind of stupid.
Ame and Maeve just look at each other again, being like, oh, wow, okay. But they just look back and go, of course, you are always welcome here, Nixus. I understand if you have to leave now, but the next time we meet, I would like to teach you about your family, about our history.
No, I got time. I don't know, how long has it been? Maybe an hour? I can at least spare
Hours.
11 more. 11 at the least.
You see him just smile. Of course. And he just kind of holds out his hand to the side in to a direction of the other side of the house.
Jack, with much restraint, has to leave the bowl there, though he really wants to pop and save it for later.
I can say there's probably been seconds pulled out after a while.
Jack pockets one of the bowls.
Okay.
Actually, not. Jack kind of looks at him. Can I take this with me? Oh, it's incredible.
Ame just kind of chuckles to herself and goes, "Of course, it's your house too. You can do whatever you like here. These servers."
Sprite suddenly appears and seals it.
These servers are ours and therefore yours. They serve our family.
Jackson just kind of bows and thanks her as he pockets the bowl.
Yeah.
I now have a soup bowl in my inventory.
You do. As you are led
Does
through.
it spell?
Yeah, it does.
Does Jack now feel hot scald stew in his fucking pocket?
It's after a while, if you pocket it, you might start to feel this warmth kind of just trickle down the side of your leg.
I'm just gonna carry it.
Okay, carrying it, you're fine. But as you're led throughout the house, you are brought up to a second story, where you pass a room, a small little room, with a little cradle in it. There's a bunch of little toys. There's some small clothes. And as Maeve kind of stands by the door and Ame kind of shows you this room, she's like, "This was your room."
Everything's so tiny.
You were a very tiny child. We feared you wouldn't make it. You were very small when you were born.
Jack just kind of looks at his hand and body and like, I would say I'm pretty tall now, so that's cool.
It is. They continue to lead you up to a third and final story of a pretty large library.
Books. My Baldur's Gate 3 is holding me back.
And it is filled with quite a lot of books. But Maith begins to sit you down and tell you about the story of the Silverstreams. They were a family in the mainland, which we have a name now. I just have to find it real quick.
We do?
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
The mainland is called Constrarius.
Fuck.
I will type it in general.
Constrarius. My people.
My penis.
But on the mainland of Constrarius, the Silverstream family has always been one of nobility and legal piety. When the war with the elves happened, the Silverstream family was asked to move to Ironsblood because of the high standing that your father had. And then his father as well. And towards the end of the war is when you were left. And they had to flee the forest for a time. You do take note that your father actively took part in the war.
That's all. History is so big.
Spans many generations, Nixus. And
you fought in the war.
I did.
Question, and this is outside. Was this the war where all the elves were killed off?
Yeah.
So he did part of the killing then?
You can presume.
Jack isn't going to show it, but he is kind of saddened by that.
It is upon you now, Nixus, to continue our line.
Get some bitches.
I'm trying!
And failing.
He
Badly.
You are the
Octavius
last
Hub.
of the Silverstreams.
So, I was actually going to ask that. So I don't have any siblings then?
No, you were an only child.
Fuck you, Akoro.
A lot to take in. So, what were you guys doing in the forest before everything?
Well, we were stationed here in Eveningwood. As the elves got pushed back further and further, beyond the mountains, we were here for a while. The elves held a surprise attack on us. And in taking a stroll with your mother, we had to flee. We got separated, and we were never able to return and find you after the elves were pushed back. I may never give up hope.
If you don't mind me asking, well, besides that, of course, what did you, well, the elves, what is your opinion on them?
I'm a soldier,
Awesome.
and soldiers do what they're told. I don't ask questions.
Jackson just kind of looks back at the book for a moment. Does that include fey creatures and other magical magic? Oof. Well, I guess magical creatures. I can't think of a word.
The elves did have fey-like creatures that were called upon to take care of. I hold no harm nor hope for these creatures. And like I said, I was a soldier, like my father and his father before him. All we do is as we're told. And for it, he just kind of holds his hand around to the incredible library you're in and just... And for it, we were rewarded. I get my home. My wife is safe. My child is somehow safe. I couldn't ask for any more.
Jackson takes a second before closing the book and smiling. Oh, I'm glad, but I wish there was a common ground.
In times of war, there is no common ground. It's one side or the other. But I don't want some of your first impressions of us to be of hatred. Come, let us search around a bit more.
Jackson nods with a slight smile as he puts away the book. Wait, can I hold on to this book?
What's mine is yours, Nixus. Remember, this place is your home too.
Thank you, Jackson says before putting the book in his bag.
Okay. Is there anything else specifically you would like to talk to them about?
No, my questions were answered.
Okay. I'll say you spend the next few hours with them, just kind of learning about the home and kind of about Ame and Naith as people.
Alright. Before you cut back to him, because I don't know if you want before or not, but Jack would call Perseus when he leaves.
Okay.
If there's anything special that needs to happen between that.
No, you just call your whistle, and after a few minutes of waiting, possibly thinking Perseus isn't going to arrive, he eventually does. Kind of in a huff.
Hey, bud. Long time no see.
He's a little weary.
Jack, I'm gonna use a spell to make good berries.
Okay.
Wait. Oh, there it is. Right. I make good berries.
Okay.
I didn't mean to be gone for so long. I apologize for doing so.
And you try and feed him?
Yeah.
Takes the berries without issue.
Can I still get on him? Will he allow me?
You can certainly try.
I'm gonna try.
All right. You get on. Is not the happiest, but he allows you to be on. And is suddenly zooming once again. And you...
I really hope towards the forest.
It is not towards the forest.
Oh, no.
Roll an animal handling check, Jack.
Oh boy. That is I think my thing is +7. It is +7. I get that's 18, sorry.
18. You manage with enough speed before Perseus gets too far away to kind of redirect him and fly in towards where the forest is. Eventually making it back to your little home encampment with DT. But we'll get to
I'm just gonna vibe. Yeah, I'm just gonna vibe with him until I. But my last question is: were the parents watching as I did this?
Oh yeah. They saw a sudden, like, pure white creature just suddenly appear onto the ground. You make berries and feed the creature and be like, "I'm sorry, bud. I'm sorry." Get on and then fucking disappear again. Yeah.
Hey, I'm. You guys, they can have their turn.
All right. On to the other side, Tootsie.
Yep.
I would say to roll something. However, but because of your natural terrain, I'm not going to make you. You guys were in the forest long enough, and because of Tootsie's natural affinity to be in a forest environment, you guys make it to the camp of DT and Jackson's old home fairly easily. You guys are greeted by similar-looking Fey-like creatures of those little red dragons and some nymph-like creatures that kind of poke out of trees, become part of the trees. There's a lot of weird elements to this space still. What would you guys like to do?
Remind me again, what was the time difference between this plane and the other?
1 day here is a week.
So
A week or
you
after?
weren't too sure about where the timing actually was, but you're pretty sure DT's camp isn't actually a
Not
part of the
near.
other side.
Okay.
Oh, okay, never mind.
When we find that town again with Via is when we're in that
Yes.
time range again.
And you guys remember, not too far from the camp, still kind of like further off to the side of the island, was that like wall of bramble and vines.
Well, we're in the encampment where DT is. I would like to find where the big man himself is.
Big Man is currently stationed in his little like gondola, and is just kind of there. He's currently flipping through like a bunch of like the branches and stuff have a bunch of books around, and just currently flipping through one.
Hello, DT.
Kind of moves the book up past the eyes and goes, "The bird, Tootsie, if I recall."
Yes, that is me.
Hello.
And Greg and Ellie.
That would be it.
It's nice to see you all. Where is Jackson?
He's going. He's seen his family.
He didn't make it.
Not doing that to him.
He's going to see his family?
He didn't know how to swim.
His biological parents.
What is that boy getting into? As he kind of puts the books down.
Several things, if I imagine.
Thank you for taking care of him in a place that I cannot. I hope you help steer him in the right direction with them. I do not trust them.
Tried. I tried, but Jackson tends to overshare when he is nervous.
That he does, and well, he is Jackson. But what can I do for you all? I do not feel you would all come see me without a reason.
Well, we kind of all almost died, and we figured we'd check in on people close to us.
You see him, like, for a tree, actively thinking of being like, oh god. But he just goes, are you all alright?
We were, to be blunt, we were in the elemental plane of water for 3 days, and time doesn't work the same. So,
It would explain why I have not heard anything for a while. Well, I am glad to see that you guys have made it out. Jackson is okay though, right?
yes, he's fine. A little hurt, about a scenario that
He got
happened,
shot by lightning.
but he's fine.
He got what?
That was twice. That happened twice, actually.
He took it like a champ.
He
The
survived.
live
yeah.
warriors of old would be proud. He barely survived though.
You just see him, like, breathe heavily.
He got shot by lightning. It was kind of funny.
He is starting to learn something new. We've seen it before, but it seems like it's more of an extended experience. He tends to phase out of reality and then pop back in.
And talk to us through our minds.
That too.
That was because of me. I imagine. I think the phasing out of reality is his own thing.
Yeah.
How do we know it is not your doing with those cards?
In my defense, he only said that the talking in my mind was part of the cards.
But I do not believe it.
I think we're just paying attention on the him disappearing thing.
Yeah, he seems to go into his own little dimension type thing.
That is horrifying.
How so?
What do you think we feel when we see his head disembodied, floating and talking to us?
I've known Jackson his whole life. I think in the short time you have all known each other that him being able to go where he pleases is not always the greatest. But
It's
No.
not where he pleases. So far it's only like 10 feet or so. He just went outside of a tent.
Jackson will not live forever. But he is human
None of us will.
and was raised in proximity to the energy of the Fey realm. The potential the boy has is limitless. He will continue to grow and nurture this power. And one day he will be able to go where he pleases. It's only a matter of when.
Don't tell him that. His ego seems to
Oh.
be inflating.
I'm telling
Huh?
you because he's not here.
I mean, he could use the ego boost. He's kind of had a few hits recently.
What? Are you saying like a hit of lightning?
No, not
Please
that type.
do not strike my son with lightning.
No, no,
We
we
didn't
not.
do it. It was this random hag woman, alright?
We were fighting monsters. It's fine. It doesn't. He was actually pretty strong in that fight.
Yeah, he actually took it pretty well.
I'm glad he's been helpful to you all, truly.
More than you know.
Just all I ask is you stay his friends and help guide him into a path that he seems to be on.
At a game, honestly, when DT said, he seems to be very useful to you, and I just think back on the few seconds before. Oh, I fucking hate this place!
Tootsie's just smiling and laughing to herself. But again, I ask, I do not believe you all would have a reason to come here without, not for just the reason of saying hello.
Yes, they just, Ellie and Greg just wanted to make sure everything's okay with them, their family.
Is everything okay with Via?
Oh, you mean on the other side. I do not go there often, very rarely, but I believe everything is the same.
Believe.
I protect the forest here, and if I leave, well, the forest does not have much protection on its own.
I see. Understandable.
So, you all are welcome to travel in there, but I myself have not heard anything.
Well, we sadly don't really have as much time as we would like. So I believe it would be best if we go and figure out for ourselves before that time is up.
Of course. And one of like the larger branches kind of just points behind him.
I suppose we should go.
Yeah, we should.
All right. So you guys continue onwards.
Let's go.
You guys just pass him, and DT begins to continue reading once again. It doesn't take too long until you hit that same wall of bramble and vine, and as you guys approach, that tear in it begins to appear again, and that whitish, yellowish light begins to just pour out from it. Do you enter?
Oh, stepping. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
There
You
you go.
enter once again, and that light is blinding for just a moment. Quite familiar to you, Greg.
Yippee.
And as you poke through and your eyes adjust, you feel that soft little chill again. As you look up, you can see a familiar soft snowfall from within the air. A cloudless sky, mind you. But you see those towers in the circle once more, and a little village just ahead of you.
I'm just gonna go run straight to where Via's house is.
Okay. Greg just breaks
Right
off
there.
in like a track
Okay.
run.
Blackwood.
Yeah.
Blackwood.
Yeah, Greg just bolts off, so it's just you and Ellie and Tootsie are just left on their own.
Nothing personal.
Well, I suppose I am going to go talk to Sylvia. Don't suppose you would want to check in on Damien and Aegis, would you?
That's exactly where I am going. Yeah.
Lovely.
Okay.
At least we'll have someone to talk to.
All right. So we'll go with Greg first. Greg, as you're running through this little village, passing by just some of the humans and such that are seemingly pushing like along small carts with some fish in it, you hear not far off in the distance, not in the direction you're running, but kind of off to your right, just some yelling. Seems to be some sort of fight happening.
Can I stop to go look?
You can, yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll stop real quick because I'm like, oh, what's going on over there?
Okay. If the other two are also heading out that way, you two would also hear it.
Oh, okay. Well,
And it is in the direction, Tootsie, that you were heading naturally.
okay, well, I guess it wouldn't hurt if we stopped and see.
Ellie?
I suppose. Why not?
Okay. As you guys all kind of converge toward this little house off on the side of the village, you guys see Greg again suddenly kind of pull off to the side. And you guys are like, what the fuck? But you hear yelling from inside of the house. And suddenly the door swings open from the outside, and you see a blonde kind of mop top just like bursts out of the door, just turn around and goes, "You're not my father!" and just fucking runs off.
Is it safe to assume who I think that was?
It looked like Damien.
I fucking knew it. Damien, it's okay. Daddy issues are normal.
He's like,
God damn it,
he's
Aegis,
just,
what the fuck
he's
did I
just,
tell you?
he's just running down towards where
Alright, hold on.
the fishing is.
Fuck. I'm gonna go chase after him.
Okay.
Time for a little detour, I guess.
Lee already knows what the fuck this is from the conversation she had with Aegis. She's like, God damn it, Aegis.
You fucking idiot.
I think Aegis is inside of the house.
Well, I suppose. Probably. Would you like to check on Damien, or would you like to stay with me and talk to Aegis?
I think you two have a better understanding of how to speak more bluntly.
Just fucking running.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Just fucking. Meanwhile, Greg is like, Damien, bit that wood.
Just fucking running.
Yeah, it's the flash video.
Yeah, yeah, it pretty much is.
He sees Greg. Oh!
I'm gonna go make sure Greg doesn't say anything stupid.
Please do. That's very likely with him.
He's not gonna say something stupid.
I'm not gonna walk. I'm gonna fly off and use my flight movement.
Okay. You just begin to fly off towards Greg and Damien.
I can fly.
You can fly now.
Oh, yeah, I can.
Ellie, we'll go with you. And do you just go up to the door?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go up to the doorway and kind of peer in.
Well, immediately you don't see anything, but kind of like off to the side, if you kind of like continue to peer your head in, you just see a like hunched over side, just like head in hands.
Oh, God damn it, you really need help with this, don't you?
Picks his head up and turns around. And you see a familiar salt and peppery beard and hair of Aegis. Looks a little weathered. And just kind of looks and goes, Ellie. And kind of stands up, having to like sit up with the help of the chair, or stand up with it.
You look like shit, my friend.
It's probably worse than how I feel.
What's happened?
Was never meant to raise a kid. That's why I drew the line of work I did, so I didn't have any kids. And yet, here I am, trying to protect the one kid that I thought I could. And he doesn't like me.
Yeah, kids will be like that. It'll take some time, but just, try not to be too overbearing with it.
Easier said than done when the rest of his race is dead.
Damn.
Yes, which is why we should prioritize him living on. Not surviving, living.
I am trying. But he
Then
just...
why? Why is he running out away?
That's a good question. We'll skip over to Greg and Tootsie. Greg, it takes you a second to really catch up with Damien, but eventually you get up onto...
So fast fucking kid.
He's pretty quick. It doesn't take you that long, but he's just sitting on the beach of the ocean, and he's just sitting there. He doesn't have any of the armor or anything that he had on previously, but he's just in some nice, simple gowns.
Damien.
And
You are quite fast.
he kind of had his head down too, and he perks up and looks behind, and looks at you, and like immediately lights up. He goes, "Craig!" And he gets up from the sand, kind of brushes himself off, and runs over to you and gives you a hug.
No, I give him a dad hug.
He is
Old hug.
much taller than you remember him being.
You are quite
Last
you are a
time
lot taller.
last time you guys saw each other, he was maybe about 5'10", 5'11"-ish. He's probably around like 6'3" right now.
What in God's name? You are a lot taller. What?
Yeah,
Oh,
I grew a bit
Ironsblood?
by the last time we saw each other.
I see. I can only assume a growth spurt.
I believe so, yeah.
Puberty?
I mean, it's been a bit since we've seen each other, but
How long has it been for you guys?
it's probably been about 6, 7 months. If I'm remembering,
what?
the time difference. I don't know. This place is weird. It's
Okay.
its rules aren't quite the same. It's like time
Yeah.
here and time outside moves differently. It's really weird.
Yes, it very much so does. We went to our own little different plane. That lasted for 3 months.
Oh, really?
And, like on the outside, yeah. But we were there for 3 days.
Is everyone else with you? And you can
currently.
see Tootsie
Ellie-
starting to fly into
Oh,
it.
yeah.
He just waves at Tootsie.
Hello.
Currently, yes. Well, Jackson is off meeting his real, is off seeing his real family, and
Oh, okay.
Ellie, I can only presume, is talking to Aegis.
He just
There, I fucking
guttural
knew it!
sigh.
I can see you have not gone along with your assumed father.
He's
Or was it
not
confirmed? I don't
my
remember.
father. It was never confirmed.
Okay, that is why I said assumed.
He's just some person who's now
Calm
taking
down.
care of me. Doesn't know what I want. Doesn't know how I want to live.
Now, that's no way to speak to him. I imagine Tootsie would have like landed.
Let's see. Just puts his hand up. He can imagine himself being, because I mean his parents weren't all that great. So he looks at Damien, is like, what exactly did he say then to get you riled up?
He doesn't want me to leave. I want to go out and
Why would you want
Help.
to leave?
I want to help change the world. You guys kind of inspired me. And I want to go back
That's-
into the other side of the mountains, back to where I did live for a long time.
I see.
And I want to explore and really learn about my heritage and just life in general.
Do you understand why he said that, at least, or are you not sure why?
Of course I do. But he's just so overbearing. He should understand that I want to go outside.
I can only assume that he does. But
You
he
don't
also
know
cares
anything.
for your safety.
Oh, what he cares
Trust
about is
me.
himself.
Trust me. Ah, you little teenage shit! This is Greg. Greg just thinks to himself, "This must be God testing me for my future."
You are not a barbarian anymore. Keep that temper. Keep that temper down. Keep that temper down.
He takes a deep breath, and it just sighs. Damien. He only cares because you are one of the last of your kind.
I know. But that also
That
means
is why
I carry so much history with me that I want to go out and learn it. If I die, who's there to tell our story?
in all honesty, there is me. And then there is Via. I was friends with the group for a long, long time. How long was it? Like almost a year, right? I was gonna say 6 months. I wasn't sure how exactly long.
6 to 8 months. Yeah, pretty close to a year.
I knew them for almost a year. I learned all the secrets. The kind of music that I play is primarily Elvish.
And where are they now?
Of course, dead because of my negligence.
That's my point, Greg. I need to be able to learn how to protect myself.
Then, how about I give you a proposition? There is no better place to train yourself and train your mind than in the place where you will be the most safe. Warriors of the Goliaths used to train day in, day out. But I can give you some of my own advice. You could either, maybe, if they allow it, I know that monastery up there, I'm pretty sure they have some monks, I think. But that's not my place. But if you also want, you could even ask Agus to help train you. And yes, I know you would say that you wouldn't want that.
I have tried asking. He doesn't want to.
And what does he say? Fucking course. Then maybe all we have to do is convince him. He's clearly scared for your future. And do I blame him? No.
No, he's scared about he's scared about something. I don't know. There's stuff he won't tell me.
Either because he does not want you to know, or you are scared, or he's scared for you to know. I get that.
I don't know. He's a confusing old man.
That checks out. Tootsie, do you have anything to say about this?
Well, all of the grievances and the anger that you are feeling is a natural part of growing up.
No, God did no. Okay.
No, hold on. Because I felt the same way. My grandmother was very protective of me. But I had to prove to her that I was ready to go out there, not make a fuss. Now I understand your anger. And I know he is a confusing old man, but that's his parents. He loves you. Although he shows it in a different way, everyone does.
So what you're saying is I have to prove myself.
Like any bird that has to fly out of the nest, yes?
Yeah,
I get it. Because you are a bird.
I think I can do that. Yeah.
Just now, listen to me. Don't overdo it. It's okay to prove yourself, but don't do it in a big way.
Oh man,
If
I
your
think it would
father-
have to be a big way to prove something to
Think of
an
it-
asshole like him.
Now,
Think of it
hold on.
like think of it like this. If someone were to work out, they would. Everyone needs their breaks. If you try and overextend yourself, you will only hurt yourself and prove that you are not ready. So if you make it small jumps at a time, you will soon realize that you may be ready.
Would you guys take me outside?
I would like to, but in all honesty, I shouldn't.
That is
I
not
have
your-
been given a new goal. I always wanted to protect, of course, you and your kind, but now I want to do so even more so. That lady in your necklace, she spoke to me.
She did.
She did.
I haven't heard her for a little bit now. But
It's
that's
because she is weak, from what I can understand.
yeah, I gathered that too. I'm hoping they're
She
okay.
called me the champion,
A champion,
her
really?
champion. I do not know exactly what that entails, but I can only assume good things.
I heard that too.
You heard her say that?
Yeah. I wasn't sure what she meant, but yeah, I've definitely heard the word champion from her.
Now, what? Let's take you back.
Okay.
Go back. Now, of course, I can say this first. Don't try and get angry with him. Always try and understand where he's coming from and where, and try and make him understand where you're coming from.
I got it. Thanks, Dad.
I'm not your father.
I was expecting Greg to go
could-
like, "My father was a wimp. Do not call me that."
My father was a pussy ass bitch.
Well, damn, that's quite harsh.
My mother was a man in a relationship. Trust me, you are lucky.
I don't know. But he begins
I
to
only
walk
just-
up back anyways.
Let's go.
My father was a bottom.
bitch.
Don't call me him.
My father was a bitch.
Eventually, Ellie, you do see the three of them return. And Damien walks in first and goes, and he kind of lights up as well. Even though he knew you were around, he does light up at the sight of you and walk over and like try and give you a hug.
He reciprocates.
He-
Sup, kid?
I
again,
never knew she had a soft side.
Again, he is much taller.
God, this is weird. You're just a little bit taller than me now.
That is weird.
Yeah, apparently it's been 7 months for them. So.
What?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yes,
God,
that's
this
that
time
is what I
bullshit
said.
sucks.
I agree. Wholeheartedly, I agree.
Now I'm worried how long it's taking everyone else outside now.
Well, yeah. It's good to see you, kid.
It's great to see you guys. I honestly didn't know if we'd ever meet again. So
My name is Greg, and I always come back.
Do you know Greg rhymes with boomerang? Do you know what boomerang do?
I'm not sure if I ever actually apologized, Ellie, for trying to steal from you. So I'm sorry.
I wouldn't say just from her. It was kind of all of us, but yep.
It's fine. I mean, A, I got it back, and B, it got you the hell out of there. So honestly, good on you.
She would have done the same in your position.
I probably would have.
Either way,
Oh, trust me.
I
She
would have
definitely would've.
succeeded too.
I would have succeeded.
I
No
felt
offense against you.
I needed no, none taken. I am a bumbling idiot. But
I would not
felt
say
I
that.
needed
you,
to
you, are-
apologize.
you're very bright.
and you
Nah,
see
water under the bridge.
as you guys are like looking at him, he's still young. Like he's still that like 15, 16 kind of age, but with like the length, you can start to see the like very defined Fey features really starting to come out.
Does he actually look like, or is he starting to look like Aegis, or no?
The only thing between him and Aegis is they have a very similar eye structure and color of eye.
Okay. So he looks more like his mother than his father. Okay.
You can imagine so, yeah.
I want,
But you're also not
I want,
entirely sure if Aegis is the father or not.
Yeah.
I wanna look at Ellie real quick and be like, they grow up so fast, don't they?
That's one way of putting it.
Aegis kind of pipes up, like trying to like not fully look at Damien, and just goes, "So, what brings you all here?"
Check on you guys, because apparently it's been 7 months.
For us, maybe, but for you, I don't think it's been that long.
That is the thing. It's been would it be technically 3 days, or do I say
It was
3
like
months?
it was like a total of like 2 weeks in total, because we had to travel all the way to the lake, and then the time in the lake was only like 3 days for us.
So it's been a total of 2 weeks for us. Outside 3 months, and apparently down here 7.
Oh, and we almost died, and we kind of wanted to make sure we talked to you guys before we did.
Right, and you didn't think about bringing me to help?
Well, you were here, and we had Maria along with us.
Oh, of course you did. So what happened?
We went to the elemental plane of water.
He was trying to like take a drink of something and like spits it out. I'm sorry.
In the lake near Allsfield, there is apparently a portal to the elemental plane of water.
And
We went to see group of people.
Oh, okay. And you all figured this out with Maria's help?
Yes.
Yeah. Maria and Jackson kind of
Right.
figured it out more than anything.
Where is he? He's still around, right?
Yes, he is alive. He is visiting with his biological family at the moment.
Good. I worry for that boy, but I'm glad you're all safe.
You would agree.
You look better. All of you do. You look stronger.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
Well,
It
he just kind of looks around to this small little home that they are in and just goes, "Well, if you ever need anything, we're here. Don't have much in the way of food or money or anything, but we have some pretty good fish, I will say that."
Well, sadly, we cannot stay very long. The king would like to talk to us, given that we've been relatively missing for months at a time now.
I'm sure I'll be receiving a similar call at some point.
I don't know how they would get it to you.
About that, they wouldn't get it to you. They don't know where you are.
No, and I'm hoping to keep it that way for a while.
probably for the best if I had to
But
say anything.
Kyron and I have a connection.
Are you both the guards? I don't know.
No.
No.
It'll come sooner or later. And you can have
Not
faith in
ominous
that.
and concerning.
That's not ominous. Yeah, that's not ominous at all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and well, is Damien in the room right now?
He went into like his own little side room.
I see that you are also having trouble with Damien.
You have no idea.
Well, I do. I did just talk to him after all.
Oh, I'm sure you did. As the only thing he ever likes to talk about is how I'm overbearing, and you hear something hit against the side of the wall.
Okay.
That is not the way to make amends
That
with.
proves it right
your
there,
child.
man.
That's right there. It shows everything I needed to know.
Okay.
I do
Now-
believe you are better than my father, because my father was a bitch. But
Everyone's better than your father.
that is very true. But do not disrespect him. Only I can.
I'm the only one who can tell him he's a bitch to his face.
Bitch.
It's just the John Mulaney bit. But Aegis just goes, I understand you may not see this in the same light. But he is a child. A child who wants to go on his own back out into the world. It is a suicide mission.
You are correct. It is quite dumb, of course. But what would happen if the forest here was breached? If you he
I
has
do not
apparently asked
believe
you to,
Z would allow that to happen.
yeah, believe, but it doesn't mean that won't happen.
No, Z.
Or if they have to leave.
The woman, Z. I
Yes,
do not
I-
believe
I-
she would be able... I believe she would be able to deal with anything.
But you must always think of the worst case scenario.
And
Now.
we are-
Now listen. Given your child so apparently Damien has asked you to train him, but you've always denied it.
I can't.
Why not?
A promise I made a long time ago.
Is it to your leads it on to the significant other? Whatever her name was. I don't know her name.
Frere.
Freya. Wait, was it Freya?
Yeah.
Then why? Then have you told him this?
No.
That is why he is probably getting angry with you. In his eyes, he has no idea why you are denying him. Besides the fact just to deny him. In his mind, you might not care enough.
I do not know if he's even my own.
Then, what is the harm in not doing it?
I don't believe you would understand. And that's okay.
Understand what?
Understand this. And he just kind of puts his head in his hands again and just goes, I am getting too old for this.
Could I break away and like try and go see Damien?
Yeah.
Just want
I-
to talk to him on his own.
Yeah.
I can assure you, there is a chance I could understand. I'm not exactly young myself.
I've lived probably 3 times your lifetime.
How old is he?
He's in his like early mid 60s.
It would it is not 3 times. It's more like a 1.5 because I'm only 40.
I stand mistaken.
But
How old do
I've-
Goliaths get?
They live about a century.
A century?
They can live for a pretty damn while. I thought.
No, they live about the same life as human, like about a century or so, just under.
All right. Yeah.
Elves are usually the ones that live long.
Elves can last a long time.
Mhm.
Yeah. Do you knock on his door, Ellie, or do you just try and open it, or what do you do?
I lightly knock, trying to be as quiet and not draw attention from the others.
And the door kind of
Stuff deck.
peeks open a little bit, and you see just an amber eye kind of poke out from it.
Just me.
Opens it.
I can tell some things are going on, kid.
Yeah, they are.
I imagine the other two already kind of had a conversation, but I don't suppose they probably have similar figures in their lives as you have, you and I.
I
This
don't
is
know.
true. My father was again a bitch.
Shut up.
I just want him to understand. I don't know. This whole thing is messy. It's been a long time since I've had someone around. I'm not sure what to do.
I know that feeling. It's going to be messy, and it's gonna be hard to understand that he does care about you, and the way he shows it may not be the way you best understand, and you guys may butt heads and have fights, but he does care about you, and he doesn't want to see you get hurt.
I know. I still feel like I'm meant for more, you know?
Maybe you are. And that is something that could always come later. You are still young after all. I mean, hell, I wasn't exactly allowed to go across the country onto a different island when I was your relative age.
I don't think you're that much older than I am, but I get it. I do.
Elven blood kind of messes with the ages.
Well, currently I'm 15. My birthday comes up in
And you're 6'3"?
and my birthday's coming up soon, actually.
And I am 27, but
Oh, well.
Shit.
I'm almost in my 30s, kid. Don't.
You
Don't-
look
trust me, I am flattered.
way younger than you appear. I'm sorry.
Trust me, I am flattered. However, my father the minister of the Monastery of the Law Seeker. He has a very particular parenting style. Instead of talking with me and discussing if I was ready to come here and go on this mission, he nearly killed me twice.
This group just has a whole lot of daddy issues.
I don't.
I fucking love my dad.
And I didn't really understand at the time. I thought he was just finding ways to stop me from going, trying to prove that I am not ready. However, I've learned that at that time I was never going to be able to beat him, fairly at least. He was just testing to make sure that I had enough resolve to continue forward if something got in my way. And I believe Aegis is trying to do something similar for you.
I hope so. You probably want to see the others, so I think I'm gonna think for a while.
Right? Just be patient with him. He's old. He may take a bit of time.
He is quite old, yes. A fossil running around our home.
Yes, but just give him a chance. Okay?
He runs up and hugs you. Thank you.
Of course, kid.
She hugs him back.
And he kind of walks away, and you kind of pull out of the room, and he just goes, 27? And then the door closes.
Damn! I'm sorry. I'm 27. Damn! Sorry. I didn't mean that.
Fucker.
It's just like the reaction of that fucking of that big lady getting on
Yeah,
the scale,
that's
and then the
what
guy
it
goes
is,
like,
yeah,
damn,
Damn!
Damn.
Sorry.
damn.
Fuck. Alright. Jackson.
Funny enough.
Jackson.
Jackson.
Nexus.
Yeah.
In your time, you've gotten to the camp with DT, and on a quick note, if you would like, gotten to the bramble and such. But if you wanted to talk to DT about anything, you can.
Nah, Jack just would have been waiting with DT.
Okay. So you didn't want to go in at all?
No.
Okay.
I'm sure Jackson would be talking to DT about, one, his adventures, and almost getting fucking smited
Mm-hmm.
twice.
Twice.
And
Twice.
talking about how he was talking with his family.
Okay. I just wanted to get that point across, but Ellie, you come back into the room with everyone else.
Yep.
Nagus is just cleaning up his spit, his spit like coffee all over the table.
Gross.
I will say, Ellie, as you have been walking kind of around in their house just a little bit, you had seen kind of on the back wall do you remember my place, how they had like the two doors on the side?
Yeah.
Something like that, but there was no, on that back wall, there was his like clothing that he arrived with, that you saw him with. And you saw his really, really chipped battle axe. But you see another weapon onto the side of it that looks much fresher.
Interesting.
But you come back into the room, and he's just kind of cleaning up and goes, well, I can imagine you all want to see the others up at the top of the hill.
And I'm going to go see Via, of course.
Of course. Well, we're always here.
I see. Of course.
He just gives a nod.
Greg gets up and then looks at it, just like just gets his stuff to leave.
Okay.
But he also wants to look at Aegis real quick, and it's just like he wants to he's mostly just worried for him and Damien, because he
Aegis?
knows what it's like to be in not a fun household.
Aegis just looks tired. And like he's trying to raise a kid. And probably hasn't been around someone as, I don't want to say delicate, but someone as soft-natured as Damien for a while.
Yeah.
So it's probably not very easy for him.
Yeah.
Okay, but you head on out to Via for Tootsie and Ellie?
Tootsie gives Aegis a big hug. It was good to see you, you big drunk.
He does kind of hug you and like pats the back of your head and goes,
What the
"You
hell?
too."
What the hell? What the hell is that? He's like, what the hell does that even mean?
"It is nice to see you all again." And he just kind of looks down at Tootsie. From all I gather, you've held a promise.
Completed that promise. I did it.
That's good, kid. It's good.
And kind of almost got smited 3 times, but you know, it's the process.
Seems to be a lot of that going around. You guys should be careful.
Hey, you know us.
I do, unfortunately. He has a smile as he says it.
Now I know what you said before with Z, but I would still keep my eyes open, as Isaac, one of the law bearers, is the one
Yes,
who brought us here.
I know, Isaac. He just sighs. I'll have to go out at some point before they try and make a big fuss of things. It'll happen soon. I don't know. If I know he's safe here, then I think that's enough for me.
Just give him time. He should be okay. It's gonna be a long process.
Yeah. Well, again, here if you guys need me. And he just continues.
Before I head out to talk to Sylvia, I wanted to ask you, Aegis, what's with the other weapon that you have back there? I saw it while I walked past.
Picked that up after you guys left. Figured I needed an upgrade, but couldn't quite part with the old girl.
Fair enough. I actually got an upgrade myself. I pull out the Acheron blade.
That's quite nice, and he kind of holds out a hand.
You pulled a card.
Yeah, be careful while touching it. She kind of holds it out gently.
He just takes it by the handle and kind of looks at it before like flipping it down and like just handing you the handle back.
Takes it back.
It's quite nice. Not quite heavy enough for my taste, but
It's perfect for me though.
seems like it is. And I see you've got some new helmets.
Yeah, this one is. I don't know about it yet. I haven't really had a chance to go into it, but definitely could prove useful.
Like I've already said, just be careful. I understand you all are trying to do your own things, make a name for yourself, but you gotta remember where you come from. The people you come from.
As if we could forget.
I'm not even from here.
Yeah. And on that note, we'll swap over to Greg, where as you knock on the front of his door, you hear some soft cluttering.
Greg being very, very. Greg is being like kind of giddy almost.
Wifey.
You hear some soft cluttering, and it actually takes a good few minutes before the door finally opens, and you see Via, her beautiful blonde hair, the ears that poke out from it, the still somewhat milky eyes, and the leg still partially missing. And she just goes, "Hello?"
Yeah, I am back.
You see it takes her a second and goes, "Greg?"
Hello, my love.
And she just
goes to hug him.
jumps into your arms. Not jumps, but she just, like, full force just goes right
How the
into
fuck?
you. She basically just
Greg-
falls
Greg
forward.
hugging
Greg a
his
moment to
mom.
realize she's blinding.
Oh,
I love the fact that it took Greg a moment to realize she was blind again before saying something. She opened the door and he's like waiting for a response.
He's got, like, the
Oh, shit,
flowers and, like, prom board and stuff, and she just goes, "Hello?"
Oh my!
is it? Are you mocking me?
But no,
He goes.
she's just
he-
wrapped
he
her
just
arms.
Just hugs her, gives her a little smooch.
Her little, like, walking stick or staff just falls to the ground as she just drops it entirely. And she just, like, nestles up and is just like, "I've missed you so much."
I have missed you so much. How have you been? It has been a lot longer in here than it was out there.
So Damien has told me, yes, it's been a bit.
When
Please.
the fuck did he have time to tell you?
Oh, he helps around. Being another elf,
I see.
he figured it would be nice to talk and learn a bit more. Please come on in.
That's good.
And
Greg enters happily.
she kind of has to, like, take your side as she, like, kind of wobbles forward.
Wifey.
Yeah.
My wifey. Let's see, you're part cleric. Get that greater restoration spell. Quick.
Gonna take me a bit to get there.
Go ahead.
Is there anything specific you wanted to talk about? with
There's only
her,
5th
or-
level. Just want to know how she's been for the last 7 months.
She's been good. She has just been living her day to day.
I'm glad.
She doesn't do a whole lot.
Has your eyesight gotten any better?
No, it's still been the same. I'm gotten used to it now, though.
Damn it.
I can
That is good at least.
pretty much freely move around my whole space without any issue. So
Fortunately, I cannot stay long, but I'd like to spend at least some of my time with you.
I guess that was the case, but always have hope. But it
Yes.
fills me.
Oh, and there's also something else, quite strangely, that happened last night. I wanted to know if you would know anything about it.
What happened?
I've only told Damien, but the light bearer talked to me last night.
Who is the light bearer?
Fuck. As far as I know, I can only assume that it was the goddess that was around here, of course. That was around an Ironsblood. Damien seems to know of her. That necklace. I made a check.
Is
I
that
made a check, third person.
is that the woman he talked to?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What did you say you wanted to do?
She said. So he sighs just a little bit, and it's just like, she said that I was her champion to protect her children.
Well, I mean,
I just thought,
you met my father and my mother, so
I cannot say that I still do not feel bad for what happened. It was my fault after all.
you can't put that on yourself.
But I must. I must do it as a motivation to get better. Stronger.
You were the reason
Because
I escaped. Imagine
That's
if
true.
you hadn't been there. You probably would have been on the other side. Just another day.
I also would like you to know that once my duty is done here, I will head back to the mainland for a bit. I'm going to make that man pay.
Don't you think the cycle could just end here?
Revenge is not the Jedi way.
Luke? Obi-Wan? Is that you? This, it possibly could, but
I mean,
I
of
am too
course.
stubborn.
I know. Of course, do what you need to do here. But I can't say I'll ever forgive him for what happened, but I have you, and that's all I need.
Thank you. Gives her a good little bit of smooch, and then is stand. I'm gonna spend the rest of our time just hanging out with her until they have to go.
Okay. We'll go over to Ellie.
Also, I'm gonna be right back.
Okay. Ellie, you walk up the long, or what you thought would be long track again, of the mountain pass, and you get up to the top of the altars. Once again, 8 of these weird-looking U-shape, almost limestone-ish looking buildings. As the snow is actually a little bit set on the ground here. But you see people kind of just walking out through each of them. Walking in and out, just going about their day like normal.
I guess I'll go and look for Sylvia and the one that she normally stays in.
Okay. You walk up to the one altar that has its symbol broken. And the two stone guardians, or just the guardians there in general, start to kind of whir up a bit in your presence, but back down. As you open the door, and you can see a bunch of the benches and stuff that have been moved previously to how you had seen it. You can see a sort of living corner off into the back right of the room. You don't see Z, but you do see a figure lying down.
I'll quietly approach the figure.
Okay. You walk up, and you can see Sylvia just kind of resting there.
I'll clear my throat and just be like,
Sylvia, you wouldn't happen to be awake, would you?
See her kind of stir a little bit, and her eyes blink open. She looks at you with like a odd and confused glance, and then like the look of recognition. She just goes, "Hey, killer, what's up?"
You don't look in too good a shape.
And she kind of lifts herself up. I've been worse.
Well, that's something we can agree on there.
You, on the other hand, you look better than I remember.
That's yeah, good and bad reasons behind that, but main bit of news, I can do this now. Kind of channels electricity into her hand for the draconic.
Oh, nice. Wait. Now?
I didn't quite kind of go that path originally, but seeing you and thinking about Father kind of changed me.
Well, I mean, how is it? I think it's kind of badass being a dragon, but
Absolutely. It came in real handy.
of course, it's being a fucking dragon. Come on.
Yeah.
Theo somewhere in the background. I fucking no, fuck you.
A lot has happened. Namely, me and the rest of my group went to the elemental plane of water.
No shit.
We,
That sounds fun.
to a degree, we staged a revolution, freed a country,
As you do.
as we do. She kind of quiets down a bit. I might have made a mistake.
How so?
So, as you know, I am at least child of the Law Seeker.
Yeah, that sounds like Dad, alright? Yeah.
Well, the Chaos Seeker has kind of had his hand on me as well. And I got into a situation, and I had to draw from the deck that he gave me.
You see her just kind of think to herself. Well, one, Dad'd be very proud of you for helping those people that you say you helped. Second, don't know how well the Law Seeker will take that. Calling on the Chaos Seeker's power, they normally butt heads pretty bad.
I've noticed. That's what I'm afraid of.
I mean, have you heard anything yet?
Nothing. And
Maybe it's a good sign.
maybe, I mean, I lived, it made me stronger, and it made my friends stronger too. I got items from it. From what I can gather, I lucked out. But
That sounds like the Chaos Seeker.
Yeah.
Any opportunity for a little bit of chaos.
I'm afraid that if the Lost Seeker doesn't look too kindly and she shuns me, for lack of a better term, I'm worried what Father might think.
I mean, we grew up around different times of his life. I'm not super sure about what he's like now. I haven't seen him in... I don't even know. I think he'd be okay. I can imagine, as long as he sees you okay, I think he'll come around.
I hope so.
Well, that's what we're here for, right? We're here for faith. Have faith.
I suppose.
And she kind of begins coughing again into a little fit. And you can hear some footsteps up from behind the altar that you guys had all gone down. And you see the familiar visage of, like, the trench coat and the long silvery hair of Z. She just looks and goes, "Oh, Ellie, it is nice to see you."
You as well, Z.
What brings you around? As she begins to walk over by Sylvia again and, like, grind something up into a small little paste and mix it with a liquid.
Well,
All right, honey, take your NyQuil.
me and my friends had quite the adventure and nearly died a couple times actually. So we figured we would all kind of stop by around here, catch up with those that are dear to us.
And Sylvia kind of coughing and be like, "See, someone does give a shit about me." And Z is just like, "Oh, shush," as she begins to continue, like, mixing this concoction and hands it out to Sylvia and goes, "Drink." And Sylvia drinks it. Well,
Would I be there for this? Or no?
you can be if you really wanted to.
Yeah. I mean, I checked up on Damien and Aegis. I think I'd just be following at this point.
Yeah, that's fine. You, Ellie, hear the door kind of open again as Tootsie kind of walks in and says hi as well.
Hello.
Welcome.
Z kind of nods
How
to Tootsie, and Sylvia just kind of waves.
How have things been around here, Z?
Like normal. There was a moment of the shifting that got worse. But it came and went, so I'm trying to stay hopeful that nothing wrong or nothing bad happened, but I'm not sure.
Well, as far as we've been able to tell, it seems to be alright, at least from everything we've seen. There are a few concerns.
Have any of you come across anything? Any weird shifts in the balance, you can say?
That's one way to put it. We were, contacted by he who escaped.
You see her face just kind of drop. You were.
It was not a friendly contact. It was quite terrifying, actually.
He knocked most of us unconscious, all save for Jackson.
You see her kind of like shakily sigh and just be like, be glad you survived then. If they are awaking and returning, then it is bad news for all of us.
So this one that got away is also a god?
You know, they are not God, but they have a power of one.
Yeah. That's just not gonna. You could see on her face that she has done something to and she's not happy about, but.
Well, we lived. And apparently we've been causing a lot of disturbances for his plans, so...
I would watch your backs. Truly. Be careful. Someone of their magnitude, if they are returning, it will mean the extinction of everything.
Not if I have a chance to stop it.
And Sylvia just goes like, see? They've got it.
You need to rest.
She
Can't have you dying.
holds up the bird as she just lays back down.
Ellie just kind of taps on her forehead.
Yeah, nap sounds good right now. And
Yeah.
kind of just turns on her side.
Ellie stands up and kind of stretches.
Sadly, we don't have much time to stay and chat.
Of course. If you ever have any more questions, come find us. We'll help as best as we can.
Let's hope the next time that we see each other, it'll be under better circumstances than the fate of the world.
I sure hope so. And she just kind of holds
to
out her
see you.
hand,
Shakes her hand.
and she just responds and goes, "You too." Her hands feel like super cold.
Bitch needs some moisturizer.
Are you alright?
Ash guy.
I'm sorry?
Are you alright? You're a little cold.
Ah, yes, this visage doesn't always work the greatest, but it's what I can do to fit in.
Which means exactly what?
Do you really believe I'm human?
Not in the slightest.
No.
But
That's your
that
answer then.
begs the question. Of course, I don't get a straight answer.
No.
You're not really good with those.
It's part of the charm.
Ellie's gonna kind of turn around, nod to Z.
I swear, if you end up being some sort of god as well, you owe me a drink.
Well, not divinity, but I'll hold you to that.
See you next time, Z.
And she just waves as Sylvia, just from the side of the bed, just puts her arm up and just waves it wildly.
You better not die over there, Sylvia.
Oh, I'm dying.
Oh God!
Father's gonna be pissed.
As she just groans just softly and before she falls asleep.
We should head out.
Yes, we should.
That, I guess
Alright.
we leave.
I'll say you guys go find Greg and Via's place. Get him.
I'm making out with her.
Hey, yo.
He's getting a quickie in.
You see Greg with like a smear of red across his face as he opens the door. Huh? What?
Nah.
Hello.
I refuse to believe that. Ain't no way fucking Via knows how to put makeup on while blind.
That's true. That's true.
Fair.
That's hilariously.
That is just uncalled for.
Via has the smear of red.
Just a little bit.
You leave her alone.
Jesus.
I'm not wrong.
No, but
Alright,
you guys do get Greg.
Let's start heading out.
Before we leave the forest, Greg wants to stop everyone and look at them all. I feel like I should tell you guys something that happened to me last night. Now that we're in the comfort of the forest.
Do we want to talk to Jackson? Do we want to get Jackson first? Or is this without?
I doubt he would understand it.
Fair enough.
The one known as the Light Bearer spoke to me last night.
Yes, I was there when you said that, Damien.
Yeah, you know that. She doesn't.
So you get voices in your dreams now too. Lovely.
Apparently, everyone does now.
Welcome to the crazies.
It was
I'm
interesting.
just hoping for
He
a
told
good
me-
night.
She said to me that I was her champion. I would want to know if you guys knew what exactly that meant, but she told me that I would protect her children, which I can only assume are the Elves or the Fae.
Well,
You may be a chosen one of some kind.
Oh,
Seems like
fucking. Like in those storybooks?
yes.
Do I get a legendary blade?
Maybe later.
No.
I think I'm the only one with that right now. She pulled on the sword.
That is not fair. Why do you get one? I want one.
I
A
risked my
legendary
life for it.
glaive. Yes, then you were stupid to do so.
I still won though.
But I also will not lie. I'm nervous to leave again, specifically about Damien and Aegis. I do not believe he understood what I was trying to say. But then again, no one does.
Which one? Damien or Aegis?
Aegis.
He. Ugh.
He is stubborn. He's old.
That. He's also concerned. And rightfully so.
But I also wish that something does not happen soon. Something does not break, specifically on Aegis' side. If it turns out that they are biological, that bond may be broken. And that is what I'm afraid of.
I talked with both of them.
Just
I feel like they have a bit of work to do on either side, but after talking with them, I feel like they have a chance to really bond.
I hope so. And I hope you are right.
Tootsie in the back, just like, I hope he doesn't do something stupid because I said to prove yourself. Don't do something stupid.
Hey, fucking cast fireball inside.
I don't care how small the room is.
I said I cast
How big is the
fireball.
room?
I didn't ask
How big
that.
is the room?
I said I cast fireball.
I said I cast fireball.
Alright, let's go get Jackson and hope to God it hasn't been over a day so Isaac doesn't start questioning.
Oh, I also wonder. Should I be scared about more people talking to me while I sleep?
Probably not.
I know.
I
I
think-
know you will have to worry about it the most.
I think so far, what? It's me and Tootsie that have had more than one person in our dreams.
I mean, Tootsie woke up with a nice little crispiness.
All I can say to you is the next time you see that person, just be polite. Keep the emotions to yourself.
Yeah. If you're not polite, you either get struck by lightning like Tootsie did, or you lose your mouth in your dream. That was
Yeah.
That is not pleasant. I don't.
It
I
wasn't-
wouldn't like that.
It's really not pleasant.
No, it's not.
Would. Yeah. Oh, good then. I'll go find Jack.
Okay.
Alright, let's go.
Cool, fine, Jack.
So you all exit out of the bramble and are immediately met with darkness. It's nighttime.
Fuck.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, we're in the fucking
see-
void.
You see a small white light coming from a tent. You guys are taking fucking forever.
Time bullshit, motherfucker.
Did he just put? Where the hell?
Angry Birds? You're playing
No one else did
fucking
it.
Angry Birds right now?
What else did-
That was the joke.
Nah, it's Angry Faye.
Angry Faye, yeah.
Angry Faye.
Angry Faye.
Oh no! It's Angry Tootsie.
Yeah.
No.
Angry
I didn't know
Titans.
that
no
now it
Angry
is.
Birds.
It's canon. Jack has an iPhone.
Jack, what is this apple?
2,000 years.
He's using the crystal ball.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Crystal Ball has apps.
You got games on your phone?
You got to watch band?
You got games on your ball?
It's fun.
But it
You got games
is,
in your balls?
it is nighttime. It is currently early morning-ish.
Do you think we would be late?
You guys got to Eveningwood around midday-ish. I'd say a little bit earlier because of the times. So yeah, early-ish morning.
I would say Jackson is probably sleeping right outside the bramble because he's been waiting for them.
Yeah.
Oh, does that mean I get a long rest?
It depends on what you guys want to do. I'd say you'd probably try to stay up as long as you can. So not quite yet.
Damn, I can't get my first level slot back.
Those good
Womp
berries,
womp.
man.
Yeah.
Those good fucking good berries.
But you guys can wake up Jack or just sleep here.
I think
Fuck
we should just
Jack.
join him and sleep.
Oh,
We-
cuddle buddies.
Not
Shouldn't we
like that.
make sure?
Oh, you do not want to be my cuddle buddy. Come here.
Greg wants cuddle buddy.
Greg wants to cuddle.
Greg misses me.
Greg, Mrs. You will be my Via for the.
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean,
Greg turning his cuddle
Oh, no.
buddies into struggle buddies.
struggle buddy. Yep.
Shouldn't we go and talk with Isaac before anything? I mean, we're still in the forest. It's not.
It's. I don't believe it's been quite 24 hours. At least from the looks of the sky, it hasn't. So, I suppose we do have time to rest before Isaac would be looking for us.
Yeah, that's fair.
I say we take the time to rest just to make sure
You
we're
can
not
always check the
exhausted.
clock. You can always check the clock app on Jack's ball.
Yeah.
He just left his ball running on YouTube.
Yeah.
He's been watching Let's Plays.
It's just a fucking.
He's been watching Pokemon shiny hunting.
No, you want to know what it is? It's fucking tutorials of how to make a successful portal.
He's literally just been watching playthroughs of fucking Portal and Portal 2.
Yeah.
No. Do you want? No, hold on. Do you want? Do you want to know what it actually is? It's that fucking Pan ASMR video.
I was thinking more under the lines of like, guys, I need a moment, okay, Jackson. He goes around like a tree, and you hear coconut. Cocomelon, dude.
Jack would fanatically watch Cocomelon.
Absolutely.
I will say though, you all get a night's sleep.
Yeah,
Oh, this?
he
Yeah.
gets to rest. I literally didn't use anything.
Yeah.
I used the spell slot that I got back.
Jack, you do wake up surrounded by your party members.
You turn around in your bed and you see Greg smiling.
Jack doesn't move as he kind of glances his eyes to see his friends all surrounding him now. Jack goes back to sleep.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Eventually, you all get up. You're ready. Where would you like to go? Just back into the town?
Back to where we got dropped off by Isaac, I suppose.
Okay.
Jack says goodbye to DC before leaving.
Okay. DT, before you leave specifically, Jack, just goes, be careful with the silver streams. I do not trust them.
I'm sure we'll all find common ground at some point.
I hope so. And
I have hope for it.
begins reading again. But you all make it to the same place where Isaac had dropped you off. He's already there, currently waiting for you all. And as he sees you guys approach, just goes, I hope you, whatever you've done has been fruitful in your events.
I believe
Yes.
so.
I saw a bird or two.
There are many birds around,
What?
yes.
Forest is quite lovely now that it's not demon.
Quite.
Yeah, no, Isaac really thinking about Jack sending me like, God, he's a fucking idiot. Jack.
Yeah,
really?
a lot of the
No,
time,
I miss the birds.
a lot of the time whenever Jack speaks, you can see him genuinely be like, what?
But in truthfulness, Jack hasn't seen
every-
a bird in the forest in forever.
Every line that Jack says just makes him just like falter for a second. Just be like, just continue on.
I mean, that's the right reaction for a goddamn iPad kid like Jack.
Every time Jackson talks, Isaac looks away. How the fuck did Maria fuck this guy?
It's
Wait, they
more-
can honestly
it's more-
fuck? I
No,
missed
they
this.
More like,
Oh,
It's more
okay.
like Jack
Okay.
says something, he looks away in confusion, looks back to you looking at your orb. Come on, dude.
Alright, but he puts another hand on Ellie's shoulder, onto Jack again. Make sure everyone's interlinked. Are we all ready?
Can Jack be holding Greg's hand this time?
Yeah. If you want.
Distasteful look.
Why is there a distasteful look?
You are not my Via.
Jack interlocks fingers.
It's me, you idiot.
Release me!
I believe we are ready, Isaac.
Jack
As he
is
begins to make
smiling.
he begins to make his symbols again, puts his hand back on Jack, and mutters that same incantation, and you all are pulled away from the place you are and reappear into a marbled floor, a beautiful visage of a room around you, as Isaac shakes his hands again. Well, here we are. His Majesty will be with you in just a moment. As he nods and puts his hands together again and walks out of this little waiting room. A waiting room you guys have been in previously.
So,
It's any easier.
I am not exactly looking forward to this.
Yeah, I'm not either. But
Mm,
I suppose we kind of do owe him an explanation for the things that happened.
Hey Ellie,
Yeah?
would my magic 8 ball is that just a one-way look or is that a two-way look?
I believe for that it would be one way. I don't see why it would be two way.
Can I try looking into the king's room? Like
Do you
the
wanna-
throne room?
Do you want to
I
scry on the
should
king?
Very strongly recommend against that.
You should not do that.
I would
But
love
how
if
would
you
they
tried.
know if it's one way?
If the king
Okay.
has powerful enough magic users, they would detect your magic.
They may not be able to see back, but they can tell that it's happening.
Is
What would
Lara dying?
A little bit.
I
No.
think she did for a sec.
I'm dying a little bit.
I would love not to.
You don't want to scry on the king? That makes me really sad. All right.
I'll do it.
Please,
I don't want to die.
Greg. Please don't.
Yeah.
If we need information on him, we can get it another way.
Maybe Tootsie can make him tell the truth. Condescending glare.
That's even worse.
Yeah, that's much worse.
Not only would I have to get close to him, it's pretty obvious to any other magic user that I'm using magic on him.
So I recommend we just kind of stick with asking questions and hoping for the truth.
Thank you, Greg, but my feelings are.
OBS,
Starts to
stop.
play
Oh,
Angry
Jackson.
Birds, sadly.
You remind me, Jack. If your feelings are hurt, then you remind me of my father. You're a bitch.
My feelings are even more hurt.
Jackson. Ellie puts a hand on his shoulder.
2 shoulders.
Trust me. We care about you, and it's because we care about you that we tell you. That joke was not funny.
Or was it
Sadly
funny?
starts playing Clash of Clans.
I'm going to slap you with the force of electricity. I swear to God. I swear to my father, you will have the fear of God put into you.
And
I
as
mean,
as Ellie is
I
making
stood
this
up the
threat,
last
one of the
time.
doors pulls open, and there's a guard there that goes, "His Majesty's red." It just kind of
Don't ask
stares.
questions.
His Majesty is ready for you, and kind of just like
Are you
walks
scared?
around and turns. And when Greg asks that, walks a little bit faster.
Was it something I said?
I think I said.
Alright, let's go. Suppose he doesn't want to be kept waiting.
All right, you are led into the throne room of Ironsblood, and once again, you can see Isaac kind of just in the back, not invisible, but you can once again see Chiron on his chair in the throne, with that huge stained glass of the Ironsblood symbol behind him. Once again, just has his hand under his chin, just looking at you, the eye patch still on the head, on the face, the staff in the, like, poker holder next to him, and just goes, "Well, I think we have a lot to talk about." And that's where we're going to end the session for today.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Thank you all so much for watching and enjoying. We'll see you next
guys
time.
want to see a magic trick?